talk about Blake Lively and her fantastic new film. We're going to talk about the many canceled episodes you won't see of The Acolyte. And who knows what else will come up tonight on Toxic Femininity.
Let's get ready to party. Toxic Femininity.
The show that goes Hawk Tua all over that thing. Welcome once again, everybody, to Toxic Femininity. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We have the core crew, as I like to call it here. We got Nina, we got Michelle, and we got Steph. How you guys doing? Steph, how you been?
I've been good. I've been really, really good. I streamed all weekend. You know, got a good nap in today. That was very needed. It was very much.
That's why
needed.
we're late. I got a nap. I'm sorry.
I got a really good nap in today. I mean, it was one of those like hard naps where you just like fall asleep. So I had soup for lunch. So I ate my soup.
So did I.
I know. Okay. I had soup
That's
for lunch.
creepy.
And I fell asleep after I ate my soup.
Does that mean you're officially an old person if you eat your soup and then you fall asleep?
Krista gave me like the recipe to kimchi soup, and kimchi is very good for you. So like I made myself some kimchi soup today, and like I was nice and stuffed, and I was like, you know what? I don't really have much to do like within these couple of hours, so I fell asleep. But it was one of those hard naps where you like wake up and you don't know what day it is. Like, is it dark outside? What time is it? Like I had no idea what happened. It was a crazy nap.
That's funny. What kind of soup did you have, Tom? Because apparently you guys are matchy-matchy.
I didn't have kimchi. I had chicken and dumpling. So I had kimchi and dumpling.
Oh my God. Well, that's pretty close still. That's
chicken and dumplings? Not really. It was with the rest of my meatloaf supper. But
I'm just glad it wasn't turtle soup because.
Oh hell no! I never would have turtle.
I like turtles.
No,
I know.
Not that way.
So that's a horrific thought. I can't believe
crap.
people actually like eat turtle soup. I'm like,
So
what?
how you been, Michelle?
I've been doing pretty good. We had a weird week last week. We had like some foreign group in Europe like take down our Taken video twice. And then like I think it's fine now. I don't know. Like our reaction. It got taken down.
It got taken.
It got taken. I find that ironic because of the subject matter, but we'll let
and it's in Europe. So it's like, oh, like these child people like are not down with your video.
And like I appealed it. I appealed it both times, and it definitely fell under fair use, and they denied it. And we're like, they took down one, and then I don't know about the other. I'm very unsure. But it was weird. But outside of that, it's been good. I did have a good stream with Steph. We discussed the X-Files. We had a great chat.
Yeah, that was a really good stream. I had a lot of fun.
It was good.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I need to
Awesome.
stream with
Nina, how you
Michelle
been?
more.
I know.
Yeah, we have a nice little vibe going. I like it.
Me too. I always like when Steph's on.
That's great.
And how was Nina and your vacation?
I'm good. Yeah, my vacation was, I mean, it was crazy. It's like one of those things when you go on vacation, you come back and you're like, I need a vacation from the vacation because it was really tiring. I went camping in Canada and Vancouver, and it was amazing. Yeah, it's just great times to see family in Canada again. Vancouver is great. I love that city. I can even when I try to like not like it because of all the craziness that goes down there, I'm always like, oh, it's just the best. I love that place so much. So
I've never been there. I want to go.
Oh my God, you have to go. It's really amazing. It's really good. It's a good place.
I've seen Canada. I've seen the Canadian border, but I did not cross it. Actually, I went to Buffalo, New York, like to go see Niagara Falls. So like I've seen it. I just didn't cross the border. I didn't into Canada.
Oh yeah, you gotta cross over. It's the best.
Yeah, I wanted to because for whatever reason, like Canada, I was like looking for oh my gosh, seafood places, and the only ones that were available were in Canada. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, can't go right now.
We have good salmon. I don't.
I like
British
salmon.
Columbia anyway. Oh my God! Everybody's saying that my mic is off. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with my mic today, but it says
Is
I'm
it?
on the right one. I don't know.
I think it
why
sounds
it's saying
fine,
that.
at least to me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe if I do that, does that change anything? I have no idea. I gotta put some echo cancellations on the background so that it can maybe pick up my voice.
Maybe that's what they're picking up, Nina, because I think your mic sounds fine.
That's probably what it is. But next time I'll try and get some of that echo cancellation stuff going. Hold on, let me see if I can do something else. But we have so much to talk about. Yeah, the echo cancellation is off too, so I don't know.
I think there's like echo cancellation software that you can get.
Yeah, well, I mean, on the
Chris-
StreamYard one, it
Yes,
says it's
Chris.
off. But I don't know. Anyways, we're here. We're gonna make it work.
Yeah, it's called a throw rug.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm not really kidding, actually. Like, that's what it sounds like, is you're just getting a lot of echo and you just need to dampen it, because it sounds like you're coming through your main mic, but in the area you're in must be like wood floor or paneling or something like that.
It is. It is. That's what I do. Okay, I'll have to get a rug. I'll get on some carpet. I'll get some carpet right away, guys. But I would say. Well, KB gifted a membership to the chat, so thanks.
Oh,
you, KB, the lucky recipient. Also, Mr. Tickletron, been a member for 40 months. Wow, that's a long time. Says, what's this button do? I don't know. It's giving you a membership message. And then ActionCom's also been a member for 12 months. My goodness, that's a long time. Thanks for that, ActionCom. We do have a lot to talk about with regards to toxic females in the workplace. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start talking about that. If you guys have probably heard by now, because it's been all over the news while I was gone, that there's this movie out. It's called It Ends With Us, about a very abusive relationship. Has anyone on the panel seen this movie with Blake Lively?
I've seen it. I saw it.
Okay, you watched it. Tell us what you thought about this movie.
I think, like, overall, like, I kind of appreciated I appreciated what the movie was going for, and I thought some of it was acted very well. And then other of it's just very convenient and very like the way a book's going to make things perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where like in real life, it wouldn't be this clean. But overall, I don't know if the movie like this, you say you enjoyed it, but like it was interesting. It was an interesting movie. And again,
have you read the book?
I had not read the book. I did. Now I was someone who went in knowing what I was getting into. And I will say this,
Okay.
the one positive I will say about this movie, the first scene where these two meet, the actor who also directed the movie and owns the rights to this movie, he did a fantastic job of being like, it's almost like that charming guy, but yet there was this kind of unsettling to a female, like aggression you could feel under it, like he did a good job of playing this guy is what I'm trying to get at. I thought he did good.
Let me ask you something about the movie, because it's kind of been, I guess, a question on everybody's mind. I guess in your opinion, do you think it romanticizes a toxic relationship?
I get where maybe more immature. By immature, I don't mean that harshly. I mean, well, no, immature adults or younger audiences, maybe, just because it does show their romance, and that would be a critique of mine. I feel like we linger on them a little too long, because it is a toxic relationship. But at the same time, when you see like what's going on, and if a mature audience like me is going to pick up even the tension, even in the good times. But so I don't, for me personally, it did it, but I could see where you could be concerned with that maybe. But I feel no, because you have in this movie, you have the contrast of this guy, and then you have the guy that I think is really hot from 1923. the guy that plays their son. You know, he's got dark hair and blue eyes. He's really hot.
I don't know who he is. Wait, what is his name again? I'm gonna look him up.
He's in that 1923 with Harrison Ford. He plays their like adopted son or cousin or nephew or something like that. He's one of the leads. He's got blue eyes, brown hair. He's got a beard. He's really hot.
Brandon Skellner, I think.
Yes, him.
Spencer Dutton is who he played. Okay, so that Brandon guy's in it. Okay.
Yes. So I think the reason I'm bringing him up is when you have a character who is such the opposite of the abuser, and like clearly for me, I'm like, why would you not just go with this guy who loves you and doesn't treat you like crap? So that's where it's hard for me to say it necessarily romanticizes a toxic relationship, because me as a viewer was like, why are you with this dude? So I don't know.
Kind of like what a lot of people say about women, just generally speaking, that women usually go for the bad guy and not the good guy. Like that, isn't that like a?
I was going to say, from every nice guy ever, like that's the story of my life.
Yeah, like that is kind of a point, right? All the guys say, like, you know, the good guys always finish last, and like, you know, the girls always want the bad boy, and they always want the abusive guy. And, you know, I think to some extent that's true. That's why I always I recommend a book called Women Who Chase or Women Who, I think it's Women Who Chase Who Walk with Wolves, or Women Who Love Psychopaths. It's just like, it's the same writer that talks about it. And it's kind of like that notion of like falling in love with like narcissistic trauma that you've gone through in your life, especially if you have like daddy issues. So it's a really interesting, like fascinating topic, because it's definitely been explored. Now I wonder if it's something that this movie explores in that sense, like what you're saying. Like you're wondering why didn't she go with him, but does it like explore that?
That guy plays her first. We'll just put it that way. So she does. The nice guy doesn't finish last in this movie. We'll just put it that way. He didn't start last or finish last. But this movie, so it is about like the cycle of abuse and how like she watched her father abuse her mother. Like, so it does kind of show the psychology and kind of, yeah, the point of the movie is she makes a decision where, you know, she literally says in the movie, which was, you know, a bit cringy, but whatever, it ends with us. Like, no more. Like, you know, this cycle of abuse stops. So that's what the movie's about.
I see. Well, I mean, the marketing for this movie has been so insane. So I don't really know if it intended to be this way, because what it has done though is it's made this movie make massive amounts of money. So this movie has nearly made 10 times its budget at the global box office, which is actually kind of insane to think about. Because you have like Marvel and Disney and all these like big companies throwing everything but the kitchen sink at their movies, trying to make so much money, but they're spending so much to make something. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine, I think, is kind of a standalone in this instance, but other movies have failed spectacularly when it comes to that. But I think Deadpool and Wolverine will also tie into the marketing for this movie. And on that, we're gonna have Stephanie take over.
Well, I just want to point out before she goes into that, Tom, I brought you guys up because you guys talk about this on your the noon show all the time, of how Hollywood could simply do what they did with this movie. They put $25 million into a drama / romance, and it's made over $200 million because women actually want to see this.
Yeah, I said that this morning, actually, I think, for the probably 500th time. Is like, yeah, look, I mean, any of the DB stuff aside, any of the controversy aside, there was a bit of a Barbenheimer effect with this and Deadpool and Wolverine, to where, yeah, women obviously wanted to go see this movie. Men wanted to go see Deadpool and Wolverine. I can see happening in a lot of households in America, the negotiation of, okay, we're going to go see both. We're going to go see this one first, and then we're going to go see that one. Because that first weekend this movie came out was like neck and neck, right? So that to me is like, it seems like, you know, that might have been part of, I could be wrong, but it felt like it had that slight bit of an Barbenheimer effect where, you know, we get to go see one for me, one for you, kind of thing. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, I think that's a good thing to have, like you're saying. I mean, frankly, if you want a female audience, make the stuff they want to see. Even The Crow could have been something, because The Crow does have a large female following. But the way they did this, I mean, asking you ladies more so, did it look attractive or appealing to you at all? Like, compared to something like this, I mean,
I love the first Crow. And I was like, I don't want to watch this. This looks awful. Like, I don't know if I want.
But I mean, that whole story is built on a damned romance, right? Or a tragic romance, right? So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But did you like the Crow? Just
not the new one. Hell no.
Not the new one. Okay.
Was it really, really bad?
Yeah, I was bad.
I've never
like
seen
out of 10. What are you giving it?
Oh, probably like a 2 or 3. If it hadn't been The Crow, it might have got like a 5. What were you gonna say, Steph?
I've never seen The Crow.
No, you might enjoy it actually.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's
You
good.
might.
But I like Bill Skarsgård. Like, that's the only thing that I like about the Crow movie. I didn't see it, but like I like him as an actor. But even the trailer made him kind of look kind of cringe. So I was
he's
like,
barely the focal point. It's more his, the female lead, which is weird because in the original story we hardly even see Shelley. Like, she is a ghost, literally, like just haunting his memories at this point, kind of thing. You know?
Oh my
so
God,
like,
no
we get the
wonder
idea of their relationship but like in this movie, if it would have been like Junkies, a revenge story or something like that, I don't think anybody would have cared, because that's really what it is. It's these two junkies break out of rehab, they go fuck and get fucked up, get killed. The guy comes back to life to go kill everybody, and it's basically a lot like, as far as the plot goes, like in that sense, it's like The Crow, but other than that, it's nothing like The Crow. It has
Sounds
none
like
of the same
woke
hallmarks.
Crow. I don't know.
It wasn't even really that woke outside of maybe the diversity casting, but that didn't even bother me so much as just like, it's pointless. Why are we doing this? Like, you already have one. And Andre said it best on our video we dropped about the postmortem for it, where he said seeing the original film is tantamount to go seeing the grave of a celebrity, right? It is basically Brandon Lee's tomb.
Yeah.
You can't mess with that. That's like basically pissing all over his grave.
It's really annoying. But back to Blake Lively.
Lively Blake.
That is marketing.
Well, because now I'm confused, ladies, and this is where Steph comes in, I think, because I thought last week the director was saying, I think it's time for Blake to direct, or 2 weeks ago or whatever.
I think you're saying,
and now he's having a bit of a change of heart.
No, there's a reason for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the way he said it, Tom, he was a bit like, I think Blake should just do her own movie.
Why would that be, Steph? Why don't you enlighten
There's a reason for that. So the whole like it ends with us stuff is insane. Like, if you haven't been following it on TikTok, because that's basically where people are getting out their grievances about Blake Lively and all of this information, and then it's kind of like leaked into mainstream a little bit. But it actually all started with like the author of the book, right? Because Colleen Hoover got popularized on Book Talk. If you don't know what that is, it's like basically a huge like reading group on TikTok, right? They read all of these books. They make these authors famous on Book Talk, and they make a lot of money. And so the director, producer, and star of the film, I don't remember his name. What is his name? The guy, his last name starts with B. I can't remember it, but so he called her and he like optioned the book. He's like, I want to make this into a movie. So, he got everybody, Blake Lively, as well as Ryan Reynolds. Justin Baldoni, thank you. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds also produced the film, because Blake Lively does not do a film unless she is a producer. And I think that she does that in order to have a little bit more creative control on the projects that she's working on. But now the way that the problem with this movie is that Blake Lively like really wanted to have a Barbenheimer moment. There was even like an article written about how Blake Lively wants to have a Barbenheimer moment, but a lot of people said that this is the wrong film to do that with. And that it was marketed as a romantic comedy. And honestly, I thought that it was a romantic comedy. She even had, Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds' mom come in to have like this hilarious, bubbly, like lighthearted marketing for this movie as well. And I thought it was a romantic comedy. I'm not gonna lie. The way that Blake Lively was speaking on the red carpet about this movie, trying to like sidestep any type of question that she was asked about the central theme in this movie, which was, you know, basically a story about domestic violence and how this woman, you know, went through it. The way she was answering those questions and sort of sidestepping those questions and making it all about florals and her outfits and the outfits in the movie and the lightheartedness of the movie, the comedy in the movie, the way we wanted to like approach it in a more comical way. People had a big problem with that. And so it caused a little bit of like drama on set as well between what Justin Baldoni wanted to create and what Blake Lively wanted to create as well. So she had Ryan Reynolds come in and write a scene, and they didn't even know that he came in and wrote a scene. They didn't find out about it until the red carpet. She had the Deadpool Wolverine editors come in and re-edit the movie, show both versions of the movie to test audiences, and the test audiences preferred the more serious movie that got released in theaters. And, you know, just kind of tried to make domestic violence out to be like this lighthearted situation. She didn't want this movie to be serious because she wanted to market it like Barbie. But this movie isn't Barbie. And fans of the book, people on TikTok, you know, people
This is very pink, I noticed.
Yeah, people who like went and saw the movie she was telling people like on her Instagram and in interviews that she was in, get your girlfriends, dress up in your florals, right? Because she saw that like girls were dressing up to go see Barbie in pink. She was telling them to go dress up in their florals, go with your girlfriends and go watch this movie. And so like you have reactions on TikTok and on Instagram of girls, you know, dressing up and filming themselves going and seeing this movie, thinking that they're going to see a romantic comedy and coming out in tears because they weren't expecting what the movie was. They were expecting a romantic comedy and they ended up in tears coming out because they got this like very serious movie about this girl that went through an abusive relationship. Like, and not only that, but a lot of people started criticizing the movie and started criticizing the book afterwards as well, because the book and the movie are like an attempt to normalize abuse in a relationship. And they're sort of like,
didn't she kind of walk it back though? Because I mean, I saw like, because of all the backlash she had, she like posted this thing on Instagram being on like,
yes, and that was
so
like
many
that was
abused.
days later. That was like a whole week after promoting the movie like Barbie and trying to get people to go and see the movie. That was a whole week after it was released. And people were like, it's a little bit too late to, you know, start putting things out like this, because she's been given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, trying to speak with, you know, the people on the red carpet, people in interviews who are asking her questions about, you know, DV. And, you know, she had plenty of opportunity to speak on it. The only person that like treated this film the way it was supposed to be treated was the director, the star, and the producer, Justin Baldoni. He wanted to promote this movie in a very different way. So they butted heads there. And a lot of people were noticing that they were the two stars of the film, but they were not together on the red carpet. They were not, you know, seated together in interviews. The two stars of the film aren't doing press together.
They weren't even following each other on social media.
No,
apparently. And that's what everybody was like, wait, what is going on with these two?
When he was asked, like, you know, if are you going to make a second one? Do they want to continue with the story? That's why he said maybe Blake can do it. You know, Blake can do it, because he doesn't want any part of it. He had a really big problem about how the movie was marketed, you know, because he wanted to play it like very, very serious, because it was a serious movie. Now, because of all of the bad press, here's where Blake Lively looks really, really bad, right? It already kind of looks bad for her, but here's where it gets even worse. Because of all of the bad marketing, now you have her friends and her insiders, right, coming out and saying that Justin Baldoni made her feel uncomfortable on set because there was a kiss that lingered a little bit too long, and he also fat shamed her on set.
The fat shaming was so stupid though, because he was like, I went, like, from what I read, he was like, I went and asked my like personal trainer like how I can lift her up because I have a back problem, so I didn't want to hurt myself as I lifted her. And she heard that and she got offended, and I'm like, that's not even a bad question to ask because you're just like, well,
No.
how do I do it without hurting myself? You're not being like, oh, this bitch is bad. I don't want to pick her up.
I know. So
No,
like,
and he's not
safe.
that much
because
bigger than
people were
her.
sort of like praising the way he was marketing the film, right? And people were
Mhm.
sort of giving her all of the bad press. She needed to make him look bad as well. So it's so funny because Blake Lively was the intimacy coordinator on the set on the movie.
What?
So if there was a kiss that lingered a little bit too long, there's like video of her directing Justin Baldoni on how to kiss her, on how to hold her, on how to lift her up. Like she's
Wait,
literally
I
being
also
filmed
heard.
doing
Isn't it
this.
true? Isn't it true, Stephanie, that also Ryan Reynolds was the intimacy coordinator?
Ryan
like,
Reynolds
one of
was
them?
there. Yes, Ryan Reynolds was there during one of the intimate scenes as well.
That's just
Yeah,
awkward.
Don't
He was
touch my
also there.
wife like that. Touch her boob like this. I mean, that is awkward.
Yeah,
Like,
he was
that is
there as
weird.
well. So then Justin Baldoni, in retaliation to that, which speaks volumes, hired Johnny Depp's representation in
Oh my
response
God,
to
that chick,
because
Vasquez. What's her name again? Camille Vasquez. She's gonna be like
because
his
he was
lawyer.
not
That's
going to
amazing.
have this woman harpoon his career just because she's receiving bad press. Like he was not going to have that happen. So he ended up hiring Johnny Depp's representation. So people are just like continuing to go after Blake Lively, and like it's continuing on to this day. They are digging up stuff and
It has
interviews
been
past.
going on.
Yeah,
for
it's kind of like
a while.
fans of Blake Lively right now are starting to see like her mask sort of slip because we all know that like we don't really know celebrities, right? We don't know celebrities. We don't know like the insides and outs of their lives. We just know that they are incredibly rich, incredibly unrelatable, and they live completely different lives in their little Hollywood bubble. Like they're not relatable to us whatsoever. But like Blake Lively, if you look at like her career, it's incredibly like manufactured. Only a few things are allowed to be out there about her. And
and also to be like completely transparent, I love Gossip Girl, so that's how I knew her from. Like I mean, I was a huge Gossip Girl fan, but I was more of a Blair Waldorf kind of girl. I was never a Serena girl. I always thought she was a complete bitch, and I thought she played herself. And I was right. She did play herself. She was like basically Serena. I thought this video was funny. This is one of the things that came out about her. Daily Mail reporting that furious Blake Lively repeatedly refers to transgender people as this word that we're not allowed to say on YouTube, and resurfaced interviews. There is also this post here that says, this is what she said about them. I hope to have a few girls one day. If not girls, they better be this word, because I have some amazing shoes and bags and stories that need to be appreciated. Also, on this note, a lot of celebrities apparently do that to their kids. I'm just saying.
yeah.
See, and then this was the other interview.
Hold on. Also on that note, keep that thought in your mind when we watch the one interview, because one question in particular ticks her off. And she goes all modern feminist on the person, and it has everything to do with what she's known for. That it was just addressed there.
Seriously, it is what she is known for. She is known for her style and her clothing. That is what she is known for.
Always. She's always been known for that since Gossip Girl.
She's like what's her name? The girl that plays Sarah Jessica Parker. She's like, Carrie Bradshaw of a certain generation. So
that's literally what it was. Because they wanted
like Sarah Jessica Parker always answers, and gets asked questions about fashion. That is Blake Lively.
That's exactly what it was, Stephanie, because even the makers of Gossip Girl made it because it came out after Sex and the City. And when Sex and the City was over, there was like this void that was left in a lot of women's lives, especially with regards to stories in New York. So they decided to do Gossip Girl, and that was supposed to be like Sex and the City for the new generation, which it did become that because it became super successful. Now, this is one of the interviews she did while she was doing Gossip Girl. This is funny. To me, it's funny.
You can tell, right? What? You read the gossip magazines and everybody is dating everyone. Everybody hates everyone. Everybody's like had tons of plastic surgery and we're actually men and trannies. I mean, it's just like, you don't listen to the rumors.
Oh my God. To be fair, everybody said that word back in the day. I don't think that was a thing.
Yeah.
It's things like this. I don't like people like going to her past and pulling stuff up. If it helps people like stop putting celebrities on a pedestal, if that's what people need to like learn, like, oh my gosh, why am I worshiping this celebrity? Why am I treating them as like an idol? If it leads to like people stop idolizing celebrities, kind of like Jennifer Lopez, right at the beginning of the year, like that mask started to fall off and people started realizing, oh my gosh, Jennifer Lopez is actually a bitch, right? So now it's happening to Blake Lively, and people are actually oh my gosh, comparing it to what happened to Jennifer Lopez at the beginning of the year. If it like wakes them up to the fact that like you need to stop worshiping and idolizing celebrities, and I guess it's worth it to pull stuff from her past, but I don't think that she needs to be like held accountable for shit she said in the past.
I agree with
like
you,
what
Stephanie,
matters
but
is like what she's saying now.
Yeah,
right?
to your point though, I think it's really funny how it's going, because there's 3 women that have been kind of canceled, and like their past and stuff like that is coming up. Like there's Blake Lively, there's J-Lo that it's happening to, and now Lizzo. Like, because Lizzo has been also like kind of like, because of that whole thing that's gone down, she's trying to change her image and like lose weight and like blah blah blah. But all that stuff, she's still a horrible person because of what all the
Lizzo,
stuff
that shit happened like last year though. Like that's not like in her past. That was like last year.
I know, but I mean, it's all like allegedly still, because she still needs to go to court, and like it's all alleged still. But it's still really funny, because I think it's an interesting trend to see how like all these people are being canceled because of just stuff that's just surfacing about them, and it's just a really funny coincidence. Now,
I think that people are just like tired of celebrities, and celebrities like putting themselves on like this pedestal and preaching to you, and they're like, you are not a regular person. You don't have the same struggles as we do every single day. So who the hell are you, right? So like people are just tired of them. And that's why like all of this is happening to all of these people.
Welcome Vex Electronica to the show.
Hi, I'm sorry I'm super duper late. I hope everyone's doing all right.
It's all good. You're here just in time. We're about to start watching that weird interview that she had with that woman who named it the Blake Lively interview that made me want to quit my job.
Oh, this was so cringe. Oh my goodness.
This was crazy. I thought we would watch this.
I thought that like what we found out after this interview was even crazier.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to pause it multiple times.
That's fine. We're gonna EFAP this video. Let's go. Here we go. Whenever you guys
hold on. Before you play it.
Yes.
Before you play it.
Yes.
So the day before this interview, it had come out and it was announced that Blake Lively was pregnant. Okay, keep that in mind, because the day before this interview, it was announced, and she had announced that she was pregnant.
She announced it herself.
Yes, it was she wasn't like outed or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I just want you guys to pay attention. Look at how cheerful this little interviewer is at the beginning, and just watch as her spirit is crushed and demoralized throughout this video.
Yeah, that is so visible. She's just like, what's happening right now? It's like what watching her made me think about like high school, when you're like surrounded by the mean girls and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Why is everybody so mean? Here we go.
So congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
Oh my God, already, like right out the gate. Right out the gate.
Right. Yeah, so she right away says, like, first of all, congratulations on your little bump. She's congratulating her on being pregnant.
I mean,
a normal thing that women do, by the way.
But I guess she could have said congratulations on your pregnancy, like maybe like the little bump thing. Maybe Blake is just hormonal as shit right now. She's like maybe feeling like she's not, her best looking self, because when you're like pregnant, you're feeling fat, you're feeling ugly. Speaking of preggers, we have a preggers woman backstage. I'm gonna let her in, and she can kind of comment on, hormones and how bitchy you can be towards other people. What's up, Anna? That Star Wars girl who is also pregnant.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I have really nothing to add to this. I'm kind of on Blake's side.
You're on Blake's side on this because
I am, because I've seen. I guess I follow her a little too closely because I liked Gossip Girl when I was younger. But I totally get where she's coming from. When it's a dude, they never ask him, like, they never ask Ryan Reynolds, like, oh, you're having another baby. Like, how's that going? They never ask him about that. They only keep it professional. And so Blake is very adamant about keeping her kids and her personal life out of the media. And I mean, that's her entire thing on there. They have a business where she goes around and like tries to, raise awareness for human trafficking. So I get it. It's like when people were asking Robert Downey Jr., oh, tell us about the characterization of Iron Man. And then they ask her, what kind of underwear are you wearing? It's like, what the fuck, dude? Well, I get it. If that's like your entire image is not talking about that, and then that's all people try to bring up to you. Like, I get this particular one is kind of more bitchy because of this chick that's next to her, whose name I never can remember. She is a total cunt. But wrong mic. Sorry.
There's a reason that she asked her about the costumes on this movie, though, because it is set in a certain time frame. So the costumes were a big deal in this movie. So like that's why if it was like a regular movie that was just set in like, I don't know, whatever year this was, then that would be different. But the costumes played a huge role in this film, which is why she asked them about the costumes.
That makes sense.
Which movie was this? Which movie was this the promo for?
Cafe Society.
It was a Woody Allen film.
The Woody Allen movie, I believe.
Gotcha.
The only thing is, as Star Wars Girl comes back, the only thing I would say that is different there, though, with a man, it's not in your face. When Blake Lively is sitting there, 5-6 months, however many months pregnant she is, like it's just there. Like it makes sense why it would be addressed of just a congratulation type situation because it's evident. It's not.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one thing to say congratulations and another thing to ask about it. Like,
well,
this whole thing, I'm just like, this is years ago, right?
Yeah, it was a while ago, but she didn't ask. She was just like, first of all, congratulations. That's
she just said congratulations on your bump, but she had just announced.
Y'all are like gremlins. I step away for 2 minutes and y'all multiply. I come back and there's 5 of you now. What the fuck? Hello, Vex. Hello, Anna. How's your baby bump?
My baby bump is getting bigger.
I don't mind. Let me see. Oh my gosh, she looks so cute.
As you can see, I'm wearing like the worst colors to show, but it's there now. See, I was at that.
I was just making a joke, but yeah.
I'm just finally glad that I'm showing, or else I look like a crazy person when I go grocery shopping.
Oh, you look so cute. Okay, let's keep watching this. And I agree with you, Anna, about this chick. I thought this chick was way more of a cunt.
Well, they didn't need to make fun of her, but I get it. Like Blake Lively's whole thing is like, do not talk to me about my personal life. It's not about that. So I get it.
But she wasn't asking about the personal life. She's just saying congratulations on the baby bump, and then she doesn't expand anymore.
I'm telling you, ladies.
She didn't say anything.
She was
just said
hormonal
congratulations.
as fuck, and she was like, "Don't talk to me about my baby bump. I feel fat today."
Nina,
well, but we also don't know what happened before this. We don't know if she said like specifically don't talk about this.
We actually do, because the interviewer put out a statement about it, and she said, I literally walked into the room, because the way these promos work, you have just a limited amount of time. So they're sitting right here and they have multiple interviewers coming in interviewing these two actresses. So she's like, I had a limited amount of time. I literally walked in the room, sat down, looked over to make sure that we were filming, looked at the camera, said her name and whatever thing she was writing for, and started with the interview. That's how it went. There's no time to like go have a back and forth with the actresses before they start.
Well, I mean, it could have been in Blake's contract not to ask her about personal life, and that's the first thing this interviewer did.
Well, I mean, if
she
that's
didn't ask, though,
that's
it's just
the case,
congratulations.
Yeah, it was a congratulations. If that's the case, Blake needs to come out and say it, because right now she just looks like a bitch. So I mean, like, if that's the case, I would probably let that information be known.
Michelle is right. Blake needs to come out now and be like, look, I had a contract. I told her not to ask me about that shit. And she did. But now.
Well, Blake's not going to, because she doesn't talk about that kind of stuff.
Blake has actually been very, very quiet since all of
She
this.
has. She's
Well, this isn't like the first time that like this stuff has come up. Like she was in a spiff with the media because they were trying to take pictures of her kids, and she had like this whole thing about like them not being allowed around her house, which again I totally get. Like I don't want weirdos trying to take pictures of my children. But
Yeah, that's very different. She's now getting like harped on.
well, they
right
were
now
trying to
because-
label her like what they're trying to do now. It's like, oh, she's like you know, terrible to work with, nobody likes her. They were trying to go with that angle again about like the kids and stuff. So I don't know. I wouldn't ask someone who I already know has a history of being very touchy when it comes to their personal life, and then the first thing you do is start talking about their personal life.
But again, she doesn't ask. It's just if I saw you and I don't know Star Wars girl and I just say congratulations about your baby bump, like that's it. That was it.
Yeah, it was. I'm sarcastic, so my first response would be like, "What are you talking about? I'm not pregnant."
Wait,
That's because I'm an asshole.
But see, that could be more playful then, not just well, congratulations to your baby bump. I mean, it was just like okay.
Yeah, like she called her fat. She was like, congratulations on your baby bump because you're fat.
It gets worse.
Bump.
You've got two nice ones.
You've got
They are
two
kind of bumps,
nice
aren't
ones.
they?
No, not bumps. The lovely lady lumps. Check it
Okay.
out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are
You
you
like the
saying-
movie? Are you a Woody Allen fan?
I love most of his movies, and this one was so like visually amazing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Did you guys love wearing those kind of clothes that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, working in
Everyone
digital.
wants to talk about the clothes, but I wonder if they would ask.
Is
the
that
men about the
interviewer
clothes.
trans?
I would.
No.
Oh my God, Tom. No.
She's just kind of ugly. That's all, Tom.
I can see an Adam's apple there.
No,
Oh
she's
my God.
not.
She's just
Looks
old.
like there's
Tom.
two.
She's not. I actually watched
Okay.
her recent interview on Popcorn Planet with Andy. It was pretty good.
I think she kind of
Very
cute
cool.
already.
I love Jesse's
He has
suits
some
and
beautiful. That's
how
what I'm saying.
he
His wardrobe was
translate-
beautiful.
I know.
Corey's
Everybody.
wardrobe
I
was
know.
gorgeous.
He's
Those
so
high
great.
waisted pants.
He's so.
I think this chick is completely drunk, by the way. Like this.
That's just Parker Posey. She's like that in
Fucking
everything.
Yeah.
I think that's why like most of the interview comes off as like complete like bitch fest because this chick is like freaking plastered and she's just like, yeah, Blake, I love you. I was just like, I'm totally on your back, girl. What that bitch said? What? That's her.
I would wish men
I'm
wore
sorry,
high waisted
too.
pants
I
like that
know.
still.
Me
Or
too.
their father with his tank top in
Oh,
bed.
it's so
Just
good.
like it's just like
Did you
that.
catch
You could
the,
feel
the
it.
tablecloth on the light in the Italian
pause,
restaurant when they eat
pause.
spaghetti?
I didn't
and
notice
that-
that.
But-
No.
They're just
completely ignoring her.
the amount of rudeness to they don't even look at her. They act like she's not in the room and they just stare at each other and talk about nonsense because God forbid a woman ask another woman who is most famous for her style about clothes.
Well, not only that, they're being sarcastic about it because they're praising a tank top and a tablecloth on a lamp. So it's not like they're really legitimately talking about the actor's clothing. They're being sarcastic about it. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. But
There's
Yeah, I
so
feel
much
like-
warmth of everything, you know.
Yeah, it's not just the women that have the clothes.
But
I feel like the women
Victoria-
get the conversation, but it's like
yeah,
every detail with everybody.
but
Like,
yeah.
it's
it was
so-
Dude, this chick's face is like, what the f- am I doing here? Like, what
there's
is
no
that?
point. Just get a camera and record them talking.
amazing to look at, and then to
Steve's
see
white
it.
suits.
Yes,
And then you notice in LA, like everybody's in cream colors and all the men are wearing like white and cream. And then you get to
Mhm.
New York.
She's like, is this my interview or is this like just, I don't know, like chicks talking and I'm just sitting
He
here.
needs to jump in
It's
there and
just
take
TikTok a
control
little bit
too,
more.
though.
Yeah.
This is true, Tom. I do agree with that because I'm like, why isn't she just sitting there? Like, why don't you just jump in and be like,
She's
yeah,
being
so like,
too polite.
what the-
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Tom,
Brown.
because as a woman, when you're there and you feel the energy that's coming towards you, you're just like, screw it. Like, let them do what they want to do. I'm just gonna sit here. I don't even really care anymore. Like, because I mean, from the moment it started, there has been negative energy thrown towards her.
I think it depends on the type of woman you are because I have a feeling Anna wouldn't take that shit. Like she'd be like, the fuck.
Well, I mean, it depends on how much I care. Like, do I care about
Exactly.
interviewing these two? or not.
Exactly.
Which I don't
Someone's
think the
moodier.
interviewer cared.
Well, apparently she did, because this was her worst interview that made her want to quit. So
Yeah, I think she was just demoralized. Well, honestly,
she made her want to. This made her want to quit her job. That's messed up.
And Susie really told such a story.
Yeah, amazing.
Alongside Vittorio, because it is a lot brighter and sunnier in LA, and New York has just a steaminess to it.
And I think, the whole Hollywood glam, it's so glamorous and everything. Can you relate to the things they were saying about Hollywood? It's so easy to get seduced by the fame and the money and the glamour.
You see it all the time. That was one of my favorite things about the movie, were the subtle turns to their own transition into like the ego of showbiz that Kristen has in that scene with Steve Carell. And then with Bobby taking on the persona of a club owner.
I kind of want to watch this movie.
Like, these are things you do when you're an adult.
Yeah.
When you have to work, you have to, you play a part. You play at your life in a way that you find successful, or so it's a lot about choices. And then they carry this love, and it's just very very grown up.
See where they
She is a little fucked up.
she has to be.
She is. Dude, I love how they're talking about themselves. Like, dude, you're talking about yourself. You are the glamorous superstar that you're describing. I don't like they just it's like as if like they're so tone deaf. They have no idea what they're talking about.
The way they just incoherently rambled makes all the sense why they get asked about the clothes.
Facts.
That's totally true.
It came from though, and see how authentic these people truly are, and what good people they truly are too.
Yeah.
Because it's what you would see from the outside of the cafe society. You could dismiss each of their characters, but to see what a heart and soul each of them have is nice. And it's something that, that's the thing, as far as like relating to it personally, that you see, you have these ideas of people that you're fans of, and then you meet them and get to know them as a person. And oftentimes you're such a greater fan of them as a person than you are as the person that people
Parker's
feel like
doing
they know.
to this
And
pillow.
that's
She's
always
on
nice and
ecstasy,
refreshing.
100%.
That's always them as a person.
This
than
is
you
an
are as
ecstasy
the
rub
person
pillow.
that people feel like they know. And that's
What do you
always
know?
that's always nice and refreshing when you see that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, what do you feel like is the biggest misconceptions about fame and Hollywood in general?
I think the idea that people think that they know you, I think because of the how intrusive media is these days, there's people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work. And if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
Wait, how many years ago was this?
So this was in 2016. This was like at the height of like all of the actresses like banding together and making sure that like people don't ask them these types of questions, right? Like about the clothing, and they were very outspoken about the sexism that exists in Hollywood. And I think that like their answers are like, I think that they were emboldened to like answer the questions like this to this interviewer because this happened in 2016 during that time.
And I think Michelle's right. Like, I think this gives a good example of why you don't ask technical questions to a lot of actors. To be like, what did you think of the cinematography?
Well, it was like the cinema, because it's like in the theater, and it was photographed.
Yeah. but I think that like that question about the costumes is totally valid because of the time period that it takes place in. Like the costumes in this movie were really pretty. So it makes sense to ask them questions about their costume, about the wardrobe that they wore on set.
Well, especially from Blake Lively, who is known for fashion.
So I think the biggest misconception I see often is people feeling like they know someone that they don't, because they know what the media has created of someone. And the disappointing thing is when you meet the people, they're always so much more awesome than they're portrayed to be. I mean, that's normally my experience.
Here.
And even people that are
You're like, not in this case, honey.
Yeah.
I just want to say she is delusional as fuck. Do you hear that? She's like, and when you finally meet these people, they're better people than you realize.
Yeah, she's calling herself awesome. Yeah.
I'm just like, wait a minute here. Most people play an idealized human being. In fact, I am willing to give most actors and actresses a pass that they are not nearly as perfect as they are portrayed on movies all the time, right? Or television. That's obvious because it's a lot easier to have somebody write you as a great person. But not everybody
you're
makes
in a Woody Allen movie. Then you're
unless
just
you're in a Woody
Allen,
Allen.
which is the movie that they're talking about.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Like, I mean, this is one of those. The Woody Allen situation is also. It's just funny that this has to be a Woody Allen movie. That's all.
But are portrayed to be really great people. They're just a lot more complicated and interesting and nuanced and caring. And
Well, apparently you're a hollow bitch. No,
what's
thoughtful,
interesting
and
is like the
that's
stuff
always
that she's, the things that she's telling this woman, this interviewer, right? Like you don't really know the people that you're talking to, so don't like presume you know them just by what you read. And what's interesting about that is that the reason that this interviewer congratulated Blake Lively on her pregnancy is because she herself cannot get pregnant.
Oh yeah, that's the sad part.
Yeah,
that's
so
really sad.
So she's always like very happy whenever she sees women like getting pregnant because she can't get pregnant. And like
Yeah. Well, I saw that interview with Andy. She was talking about that, and I was like, "That's just sad." Like that made me even more sad for her.
Yeah,
Like,
it makes the comment that Blake Lively just assumed that like, oh, congratulations on your little bump when like this.
But
girl
you know
can't
what,
get
though,
pregnant,
to be
you don't presume
fair-
to know other people, right? So like,
but again, to be fair, it's not like Blake knew that. It was just like that was just a.
I'm just saying, it's like
shame.
she's talking about how like you don't really know, right? You don't really
Yeah.
know the person. You just know them by what you
Right.
read, or like you just presume to know them. So I don't know. I just find it funny that like she just
I
presumed.
agree.
Yeah,
It's just hypocritical.
that's
Yeah,
always
but
nice.
I mean, it's
you know,
not
to
on Blake to know that that woman can't get pregnant. It's like just don't ask him
No,
about
it's
their
not.
life.
Yeah, it's not on her to know that, but like she could have just said thank you and moved on. Like,
yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Steph is saying like follow your own advice. Like you have no idea what's going on in this chick's
No, I
house.
get that, but I mean, this could have been like the 10th interviewer that brought that up to her, and she's just annoying.
Yeah. I'm telling
Well,
you,
if this
I
is
feel
one of
like
those
that's
cattle
part of
call
it.
interviews, that might be
you
the
as an
case.
actor, this is your job to be doing these interviewers. You might be getting tired, but you still have to maintain a level of professionalism during these interviews, and that was very unprofessional of her.
And
There,
for-
you
I
are
don't blame
promoting, yeah. Like
And
there's
for-
just you can have interviews all day long, but that's your job, right? You are
And
promoting
Parker
this
is
movie that
clearly
you are
on
in.
something. Parker
Well,
is
then
clearly
again,
fucked up.
she just made this woman like we all know who this woman is now. I'd never even heard of this movie or seen a single interview for this movie, and now I've seen this video like 10 times. So, if anything, she gave this woman the most authentic interview.
There you go. I
mean,
think this chick came off as a freak.
it was authentic, but like, is that the authentic you want? And I actually, we brought this up on our live stream, and I gave her the out of she could have been very hormonal, but as like a decent person, that I would like reach out and let someone. I'm sorry, I was just super hormonal. I didn't mean it. Just like be a good person.
You think these are good people?
No, they're not. Really not. I think that's the point we're trying to get at. It's mean girl energy. Like it's not.
No, and I
it
like Parker
is.
Posey, but she's totally acting like a bitch here.
She is.
Yeah. I can't even excuse it because I'm telling you, she's drunk and or high. Or
Okay,
both.
this entire time I thought this was Elizabeth Banks.
No, it's Parker Posey,
Don't
sadly.
they look alike?
I
do
can see
look
where
alike,
you
yeah,
can.
you're right.
They have
They
like
do.
a similar kind of thing about them, yeah.
They do.
Yeah, they do. They do look alike. You know what's funny, Anna? Is I always mix them up. You know how there's like some actors you mix up? Like
I've
her
never
and-
even heard of Parker Posey until this today,
Really?
right now.
No, she was actually
No,
around
she's in the one
for.
of the-
She's been around
Yeah.
for a long time, yeah.
she's a
Well,
comedian.
if I've ever seen her,
See,
I thought she was Elizabeth Banks.
Probably. Like, I mean, she's been in like she was in like the third Scream. I'm trying to think. She was in a few other bigger films. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm
drawing
looking
a
at
blank.
pictures of them side by side, and like aside from
Yeah.
their eye color, it's hard to tell them.
And they're
apart.
very kind of have that same kind of snarky kind of
yeah,
delivery
they do.
too. Yeah.
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 well, even
Let's
like their
finish this.
body like language, like that's she's coming off as Elizabeth Banks. Am I crazy?
No,
No,
but
there's a
No,
similar-
like I said, I totally get where
you're.
you're coming from. No, yeah, no. I see it now that you say it. Yeah.
that your idea
Dazed
of
and Confused
someone
was one of our first ones. Yeah,
isn't
that's what I was trying to
always
think of.
who they actually are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you. She's like, thank God it's over.
She's
Like,
fuck
get me
this
out of
Good
here.
noise.
face. Can I get the fuck out of here, please? Thank you.
Question: was that interviewer's like one of her first interviews ever? Because like she just seems so out of her depth
No, because when I
Okay.
watched her interview with Andy recently, he asked her that question and she was like, no, I'd interviewed tons of people, and she'd interviewed Blake tons of times before that too. So she was like, I thought, Blake and I were cool kind of thing. And
that makes it actually even worse then.
Well, it makes me wonder if there wasn't some kind. I was just going to say that earlier. I didn't know if this was their first.
Well, the only other interview that I've seen her do with Blake was the one with that movie that she did with Anna Kendrick.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say, because sometimes they remember the last time they talked to this person. They're like, oh, this bitch again.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
like that
right off the
interview went
bat,
fine.
yeah.
There was nothing wrong with that interview when I was watching it. Like, oh, okay. It was just a regular, normal interview.
Yeah, and that's what she had said too. She's like, every other time I talked to her, it was like normal or whatever, but this time, and that's what I'm saying. I have a feeling that Blake was hormonal as fuck. Like when she was doing this interview, I just have a feeling. It just seemed to me like she was just not having the best day. But hey, that's just me. Let's get to some of these super chats though, because some of you guys have been so very incredibly generous. So we're gonna start off with this massive super chat here from Ian So Forth. Thank you so much for the 50, saying horrendous behavior by Parker and the last with the food baby. Thank you so much, Ian. And then we had a 20. Can you grab this one, Michelle, please?
Yes, thank you for the 20. What is that? The R. What does that stand for?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to remember now.
Maybe it's Ruples.
I'm not sure. The 1 in 4 are abused is a gross lie that refuses to die. Read Who Stole Feminism by Christina Hoff Summers and just stop with the nonsense. If a movie is based on this premise, I already have a bad impression.
And this is in reference to the Instagram post that Blake had. Where she had like posted that 1 in 4 women are abused. So I'm just letting everybody know.
Yeah, because I mean the movie itself is just about a woman in an abusive relationship, which is totally a real thing. I mean, men get in abusive relationships too. But in this case, it is a woman getting in one.
Quote unquote.
It's another Woody Allen movie.
I haven't seen any Woody Allen movies.
Every single movie, every person is awful, and they just fight the entire time. It's hell. It's a
His
living
old
hell.
movie would be great. Like some of his older stuff was really good.
I'm just
I
bitter because Annie Hall beat Star Wars for the Oscar. So
Annie Hall is
I'm biased.
That was so stupid. Yeah,
That was funny. That's funny. And then we had KD,
Nothing good ever wins,
who's
though,
been a
Anna, that's the
membership for 28 months, and Mr. Tickle Drunk gifted 10 memberships to the
Thank
chat.
you so
thank
much.
you so
Very
much for that.
generous. Holy crap.
Tickle Drunk. And then Stephanie, if you want to grab this one.
16-bit mascot for 5. Hey, it's the best ladies on YouTube all in one place. Also, ahoy, Tom, and cheers, guys.
Yep.
Hi, hello. Thank
That was
you.
Brazilian Real was the one that before you were wondering with the R.
Oh, Real. Okay, with the R. Thank you. Go ahead, Bex, if you want to grab this one.
Sure. Dung is fun for $5. Thank you. Tom, do you like Beetlejuice? I have a feeling it's going to be a masterpiece of wokeness from all the ads I'm getting.
I do like Beetlejuice. I am planning to go see it opening night or whatever, Thursday next week or whatever.
Did you see that? Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I don't know if it's gonna be really a woke mess because of what Michael Keaton said, and I wonder if that was what you're about to bring up, Steph, where he was like, "Yeah, we're not modernizing Beetlejuice at all." He's
I
still
didn't
the
see
same.
that.
Yeah,
I was
he's
going
still
to
the
say, did
same
you see that?
old.
Did you see Beetlejuice is going to be on Hot Ones?
Oh yeah, I actually shared the clip for
That
that.
sounds
earlier.
cool. I want to watch that.
Yeah.
He's being interviewed by Michael Keaton.
Oh my god, that's dope. Okay, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to watch that for sure.
Yeah, he's like, who are your biggest influencers or something like that? He's like, well, Napoleon.
That's right.
I got one question. Yeah, who the hell are you? Because he
That's
doesn't recognize
funny.
Michael Keaton, isn't it? Yeah.
Patrick, thank you so much for the $4.99. That says I showed my wife the original Crow, and she thought the remake was better. To be fair, she watched the remake first. I still love her either way.
Ooh, man, you
That's
are really
love.
loving Patrick. That's true love. there.
That's
You're
a
a
strong
good
man
man.
right there. Yep.
Yeah, you're a good man.
That's a truer love than what was in the Crow remake.
Thank you for that super chat. Go ahead, Michelle.
And thank you, Dung is Fun, for $2. The guy that played the Crow looked like the Joker.
He did kind of look like
yeah,
that.
there was very much that Joker vibe thingy going on. Yeah.
Go ahead, Stephanie.
John Thomas for 10. Ryan Reynolds trashed Disney Marvel. Now all of a sudden, all this bad stuff comes out. Not a coincidence. Also, everything I heard is Ryan had to save this movie and people are butthurt. No, like Ryan wrote one scene and then the Deadpool Wolverine editors came in and re-edited the film, but the test audiences liked the original film more. The reason that they had that marketing was because they wanted it to be promoted as something that it wasn't, as something different so people can go and watch it. I think that if it was promoted as the movie it actually is, it wouldn't have made as much money, honestly.
I just think it's funny that Ryan is a freaking intimacy coordinator on the set for his own life.
Weird.
That's kind of
Really
weird as fuck. That's
That
all.
was like some creepy husband vibe shit.
I
going
know,
on,
it's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
It's
people are like
really
really
weird.
weirded out about that. They're like, seriously, like you went and watched your wife in these scenes? Like that's kind of odd.
It's like it gives you like voyeur vibes, but also like really creepy, like possessive vibes. Like
That's what
I
I
don't
was
know, it's
getting
just
at
really
more
weird.
so. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like
it's just
I mean,
really
yeah, it's
creepy.
bad enough if he wants to watch, but it's like, okay, you do you, buddy. But
Yeah,
like, yeah, the whole like being there on the set and dictating it seems very possessive,
it's weird and possessive.
controlling.
I think it's just controlling. Like that's just
Yeah.
controlling because I think like with Blake Lively, like both of them actually, Blake and Ryan Reynolds, they both have like very curated public images. So that's like, very controlled and like everything on. That's why Blake doesn't do a film unless she's a producer on the film because she wants to have some sort of control. And Ryan Reynolds was also a producer on this film as well. So he wanted to have some control in this film. So I think it's just a control thing with them.
And also Ryan Reynolds is kind of known to be a fucking huge ass. At least like for us Canadians who grew up in the same town like Vancouver. Like a lot of people don't like Ryan Reynolds. They think he's a total asshole. He's a control freak and he's always on.
That's what's funny is I'm starting to hear that more and more from people, right? Like he seems like he'd be a nice guy, but what's sad is it sounds like he's a lot more like Chevy Chase than we thought. I mean,
yeah,
which is funny because that was who he was.
Really?
That was who he was kind of compared to early on in his career. And the more and more and more I hear about him, I'm like, this dude's got an ego problem like Chevy Chase.
Right? Like that's a bad comparison.
Yeah. When Van Wilder came out, when he made it, he completely flipped. Like he became like first he was like the nice Canadian boy, and then like when he made it.
Well, and look at what's his face said, and I think it has less to do with the what's his face getting canceled than it does with Ryan and him just not getting along over his ego. The one guy that was in the first two Deadpool movies and wasn't in the third one. Now his name just escapes.
Oh yeah, the bartender.
TJ Miller.
TJ Miller.
Yeah, and he said the same kind of shit about him. Like it's like, yeah, you were soft canceled, but nobody cares about that. But it was really obvious that you were left absence of Deadpool 3, man. Like because he was a big character in the first two films. So like,
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
He flat out said that Ryan changed. He's like, he let the fame go to his head after Deadpool. He turned into a.
It's weird because the same thing happened to Simu Liu. Because Simu Liu was like a super nice guy, super nice Canadian dude. And then he made it with Kim's Convenience, and then he was like down to earth while he was doing Kim's, and then he landed the Marvel gig, and then he turned into a complete asshole. He was like, "I made it. So long, everybody. Bye, suckers." Like that kind of deal. So it's sad, but hey, people's true colors are revealed at some point. And then I think it's Vex's turn, right? Go ahead.
Sure.
Vex.
Dung is Fun for another $2. Thank you. Tom, here's a new movie, Revenge of the Junkies.
That's basically what I was calling Girl, yeah.
Hardcore Kirsty, thank you for the 5. Says thank you for the show, ladies. Hugs for you all, and Tom too. Glad your voices are out there. Kisses. Thank you, Hardcore Kirsty. You are so kind. And then we got Fluffy Panda, who's been a member for 20 months. Thank you so much. And then Michelle, you want to get this one?
And John Thomas for $5, 90% of them are a-holes. I don't care, but this blowing up is because Ryan embarrassed Disney. I actually think this blowing up is because of the stuff going on between Blake Lively and the director / co-star. Is what made all this blow up.
This blowing up is all because of TikTok. Like it's been trending on TikTok for like a month.
Also, you gotta understand.
And so then it moved over to mainstream.
I don't think Ryan embarrassed Disney. Like John,
he made them a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't know why you think that, because it's all in the script, right? Like this has all been approved by Marvel and Disney. Like their movie, it's not like this was like I'm gonna embarrass. He didn't make the movie; they made the movie. Yeah. So
if anything, it's sort of like made it to where we at Disney are aware of what we're doing, and we're gonna continue to do it anyways. So it's more of like a slap in the face to people who
that's why I said I felt gaslit the whole time.
Doing this, they know what they're doing, and this is just an acknowledgement of that. It's like poking fun at them, but they're also acknowledging like, we're doing this, we're going to continue to do it. So
that's why I felt gaslit the whole time, because I was like, so they know what they're doing and they're going to keep doing it. All right, that's up. All right. Okay, go ahead, Michelle. I think it's your turn.
Let's see. And thank you for the $2. Lizzo, the lot lizard, if you know, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. But
I don't think I want to know.
Yeah. God. And then Russell Hall is next. So I'm going to grab this one. Thank you for the $5, Russell. They don't ask dudes about fashion and having babies because dudes don't have babies and we don't give a shit about fashion. Hey, unless you're gay. A lot of gay dudes care about fashion. They run the fashion industry. Women do. So they ask about it. I'm just saying, unless you're gay. But good point about the other stuff. Men can't get pregnant. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Hardcore curtsy for $5. I am trans. So by the power vested in me through the victimhood DEI hierarchy, I grant toxic femininity a pass to use such language.
Wow.
Finally.
Yes.
I mean, I appreciate the card, but YouTube won't care. So
well, X won't care either. But
YouTube or any of those places. But we appreciate the card nonetheless. Thank you so much. And then we got Russell Hall again with another $5. Says, I also was thinking that the interviewer looked kind of like a dude in a wig right before Tom said it. She looks like someone you'd see in the Olympics. My God.
If she is a woman, I apologize, right? Like I didn't mean to be mean. I'm just saying.
Don't walk back your statement, Tom. Stand by it. Be a man.
You want me to say what I said in the background?
Yes. Do it.
I said, I'm sorry. That's totally a dude confirmed when you said she couldn't have kids.
Oh my God.
Respect.
Now I'm going straight to hell. First, I was just on the express train. Now, or the fast pass lane. Now I'm on the express train. Thanks a lot.
Rex called you a pussy, and you were like,
no, fuck that. No.
Oh my God. Russell Hall, thank you for another $2. Is there footage of the post-interview daisy chain? Oh my God. I don't know what that means, but thank you for the $2. Vex, go ahead with this one.
Sure. The original Hulk girl for $1.99. Thank you. Parker Posey is older. She should know better. I don't know what that emoji is supposed to be. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All I know is that I was just going to say that's Kamala Harris in the icon.
That's funny. Oh my God, I just got that. Thank you.
And Parker probably does, but she is clearly on X or something. I think you ladies are right.
She was definitely on something, especially the rubbing that pillow. I was like, that is definitely on ecstasy or something. Thank you for that. 16-bit mascot for $3.50 says, really good panel. Always enjoy. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Michelle, with this one.
And thank you, ActionCom, for the $2 super chat. Anyone hear about Strange Darling, RLM, and C. Gore? I'm guessing Chris Gore.
Strange Darling. Which one was that? Yeah, Chris Gore.
The girl that falls in love with a serial killer, and then
Red Letter Media is the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
hoping to see
no.
that soon.
No, I haven't heard
No,
about this one
yeah.
yet.
A lot of good buzz around it. A lot of
Really?
good buzz.
Ooh,
Who's in it?
okay.
It's Kyle Gallner, and I don't know who the girl's name is.
Willa
Willa
Fitzgerald. Yeah,
Yeah,
is the
there you
other
go.
girl.
Hmm.
Ooh, Giovanni Ribisi's in it. I love him. He's great.
What's it about?
It says, let's see. Nothing is what it seems when twisted one night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
That's it. That's what the synopsis
Exciting.
is. I know. Russell Hall, thank you for the $5. Says, I'm sorry if my wife was having a naked sex scene with a strange actor. I would also want to be there to make sure nothing slipped into my property.
That was I can say in this movie it's PG-13. There's no nudity. There's none of that. It's just heavy kissing.
Yeah, they lie on the bed a little bit.
Yeah.
That's about it. It's very tame. Very, very tame.
Damn, Russell. No wonder you're not married. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Dark King for 5. Oh wow, Ryan Reynolds humiliates Disney Marvel, and all of a sudden the story is that he's an asshole behind the scenes. Coincidence?
That's true. That's a good point. I mean, granted, there was some of this stuff coming out before, but I mean, there's also the other side of this with Blake. Because
It's the Blake stuff.
It's stemming from Blake because that's where I first heard about it. Because a lot of people are commenting on this is Ryan Reynolds' wife. He's an incredibly well-liked actor. If she is this way, how is he attracted to her? He must be that way as well. That's where it's stemming. It's stemming from Blake. It's kind of like spilling over into Ryan because they're married. In that kind of way, people are just commenting on how can that be his wife? He must be an asshole too if they get along, right?
Yeah. It's it's a reflection of who you hang
sometimes
out with.
other people's habits and the way they act do rub off as well. And then when you get a power couple like this, I mean, I can see the egos getting in the way. But also at the same time, I brought up the other point too, is how much more interest was brought into this movie, regardless of how it played out, I guess, at the end. How much more interest went into this movie because of Ryan getting involved, because of the whole thing with Deadpool and Wolverine, because of who Blake Lively is, because of the minor Barbenheimer effect that it did have for at least one weekend, right? How much more did the movie benefit from that, considering if it wouldn't have had all that behind it?
Yeah,
it would just
absolutely. But I think that the damage that it caused and the oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess the trickle effect that it had because of the way that movie was marketed, it wasn't marketed like it was supposed to be, right? It was marketed as almost a romantic comedy. It had this trickle effect to other movies that came out, like The Crow and the one with Channing Tatum. I still can't remember what it's called. To have those movies have trigger warnings and make sure that people know that this is not a romance movie.
Well, the trigger warning thing.
These movies aren't like that. Because I think
the trigger warning thing has been a long time coming. They've been doing it already to older films, but I remember there was another movie, what the hell movie was it last year that came out and people were freaked out because there was something in it that they weren't warned
but
about.
people are there are articles that say it is in response to the way It Ends With Us was marketed because people thought it was a romantic comedy.
The craziest trigger warning I ever saw was with Twilight, with the third movie, because apparently people had stroke in the theater from the birth scene. So they had to put this movie may cause strokes in some people. I thought
because of the strobe thing, you can get seizures. Yeah, no, but I'm talking about something else. There was something that happened in a movie last year, and I'm trying to remember what it was. But everybody was freaking out, and they're like, you should have a trigger warning on that before the movie. And it's what the hell? It's called a movie.
I remember something too.
I'm trying to remember now what it
put my
was.
finger on it. I'm sure the chat will know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus, for giving us a rose. Appreciate that. And then the Dead Man. Vex, you want to get this one?
Sure. The Dead Man for $5. Thank you. Chris Gore and Red Letter Media both wouldn't say anything about Strange Darling except to go see it. Yeah, that's what I had a friend that went to an early screening too, and she said definitely worth going to see.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So why, when I just Googled this because I was interested, why is it showing that this movie came out in 2023?
It was
I
supposed to
noticed
come
that.
out and was filmed then, but got distribution this year. That's all.
Okay. So does it come out in theaters soon?
It's out in theaters right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Okay, and then Jason Webster sent in a super chat. And then on this note, we're gonna be switching topics because we do want to also talk about the Acolyte, which has been canceled.
Well, before we switch off to that too, we have a Rumble rant from
Oh, okay.
Mr. Tickle
Let me get
Trunk
this.
here too.
Yeah,
get
go
that-
ahead
get
and
them
get the
both.
Mr. Tickle Trunk one.
Okay, well, I'll read the Mr. Tickle Trunk one for 5. He says, "Are they a couple? Why is that woman's hand on her co-star's personal space? That's a power move or a pushy person move." Well, I think it's because she's on X, and she just wanted to grab
Oh,
something.
God.
I think, but yeah, sorry. Go back to Jason Webster's now.
And
Thank you, Mr.
then-
TT.
Thanks, Mr. T. And then can you grab this one, Anna?
Sorry, I'm watching the Strange Darling trailer. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, no
Okay.
problem. Jason
Jason
Webster, for
Webster.
5. Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
This will get you into the next topic and Anna's favorite. The Acolyte is an albatross around the neck of Disney Star Wars. Well, not
Well,
anymore.
Yeah, and this is an interesting, very interesting topic for me because I hate Disney Star Wars and I haven't watched any of it. But I know, like, some of the people on this panel have watched it. Like Anna, she was doing some reviews. Who else on here has watched it? Who watched the Acolyte?
I watched
Oh,
the
I
Acolyte.
did. Yeah, I watched it.
Wow, you guys are brave souls that sacrifice
Absolutely.
your time and psyche for this, absolute shit show, which apparently, according to Verbal Riot, who posted this thing saying the Acolyte disappears from Nielsen ratings because it's been so bad that they have to disappear from that too. There was also this posted today from, I think it was Screen Rant, no, Culture Crave, saying the Acolyte cost $630K per minute of screen time.
Oh,
Was canceled due to low viewership. There are no plans to remove the series from Disney Plus. I don't know why they would remove the
now.
series though.
So it's not going to get
It's right off.
pulled from like below.
Yeah.
Why would they
So all of
remove
the
it?
people that have signed the petition now know how much they need to donate in order to bring the Acolyte, in order to fund the Acolyte.
Go fund me.
Wait, there was a
Go fund
petition.
yourself.
How much has that petition garnered? Do we know?
I think
Yeah,
like 40K signatures now.
Yeah, it's at 40K.
Ouch. For Star Wars,
What's
though?
funny is that like that's at 40K and the remake Game of Thrones season 8 with competent writers petition got 1.8 million signatures.
Oh,
So like
my
in
God.
comparison, like that's nothing.
Dude, my petition for keeping what's it called, Cowboy Bebop canceled got like over 10K. I was pretty proud of that one. Let's see, petition to renew. Wait, this is anti-renew petition.
Yeah, there's an anti-renew one too. Yeah.
Oh my God, there's an anti-renew petition that has 672 out of 1,000 signatures. Where's the other one? Where's the one that is like the real one? I can't find it. It's not even coming up.
Hold on. I can probably find it.
It's on Forbes as like the Google search that says it's getting 40,000 petitions, but the actual petition is not coming up.
Well, we were watching the video testimonies from people that signed up on Flashcast, huh, Tom?
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, those are funny.
Bad.
Oh wait, I can't pull it up. I'm blocked by the person who shared the link.
Oh shit. Gee,
Oh
I
my
wonder
God.
why, Steph.
What? I thought people
Yeah.
should know about it.
Somebody pull up
Yeah.
this petition so we can make fun of it.
Let me
God,
see if I can get to it.
I can't pull up anything, but I will pull this up because it's Star Wars related. Here's Luke Skywalker telling everybody who's MAGA to go force themselves.
I say, may the force be with you. Unless you're MAGA, then you can go force yourself.
Hardy har.
Yeah, he said that a few times. Yeah.
He did. It's really clever.
It's so clever. Oh, here we go.
I love your dry sense of humor.
Also, almost at 50K, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, please play some video. I haven't
Oh
watched
my
that.
gosh, play some of the videos. Let's watch them.
Oh my gosh. How many of these people do you
The
think like
Acolyte
this
was probably
together?
canceled due to
Wait, what did
low
you say,
viewership.
Anna?
Oh, it doesn't. I was just saying they're all probably signing up with like their alt accounts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So they have like 3 or 4 they can
Emails,
sign
yeah.
up 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
Which is reasonable. It's a reasonable enough reason to
It's a
cancel a
reasonable
show.
enough reason.
Reasonable enough.
Okay,
reason.
full
I would
stop. That's
ask
it. That's all you
the
need to
powers
say.
that be to consider that it had poor viewership because it was hate campaigned and review bombed before it even came out.
Right after he just said it had low viewership.
Yeah.
He's blaming the low viewership
You know,
on the
they
hate
keep
campaign.
saying review bomb, but did anyone here that watched it write a review, or did
Nope.
we all just
No.
make videos on our own channels?
Pretty much. It's just it's a catch-all term now.
I
Right? It
know.
doesn't
so it's
actually
like,
mean-
show me this receipts.
Yeah.
Show me the receipts of the
Yeah.
review bombing.
There's never
Sticking
any
with it
receipts.
might be an opportunity that is being passed up.
Go to the fat guy.
Renew the Acolyte. Save the Acolyte.
Seriously, serial killer vibes going on here, man. He's like, if you don't renew the Acolyte, I'm gonna find where your dog sleeps.
You want a
You
second
can
season.
smell these
Don't
videos.
let the haters win. Continue the story.
I will sleep in your skin.
Give us the satisfying conclusion we need.
The satisfying conclusion
Oh
would
my
be me
God.
Oh my
killing
god, I couldn't
you.
tell
That
who's
has to
who.
be
I thought he
Cole,
actually
right?
said that.
What's on his hard drive?
I want to know.
Oh my god. I
What's in
don't
his
wanna
freezer,
know.
Anna?
Yes, I like the Acolyte. I love the Acolyte. I couldn't get enough of it. I've been on
Aw.
YouTube looking at all the videos that people have made about it. But Manny Jacinto and
She's
Amanda
watching your videos,
Stenberg,
Anna.
bring them back. Bring back the actor that plays Saul. I just love this show, and it deserves
Are
another
those sex
try.
torture
And I don't
toys
see
hanging
why-
behind? Like,
Just because some
Oh my God,
of
can you
the
go
Star
full
Wars
screen on
fans
that?
don't.
no, I can't.
Oh,
This isn't a
man.
campaign to bring back the
Yes,
Acolyte,
I
right?
like
This,
the Acolyte.
this is a campaign to like try and stick it to the people that they hate. All right.
Pretty much.
They don't.
Yeah.
This is a campaign for them to be like, ha, see, it worked in your face, haters. I don't want you to win. I don't want this toxic fandom to win. Right. Who or the people that they consider the toxic fans in the Star Wars fandom. This they don't care. They don't truly care about the Acolyte. They're just mad
Bring back the
that the
Acolyte.
people who watched the Acolyte and didn't like it because it wasn't a great show, it was a trash garbage show, were right. That's the only reason that, you know, they're like, oh my gosh, bring it back. We don't want them to be right about this show.
If you don't bring back the Acolyte, I will kill this kitten.
I will drown cats.
I might do it
can you-
anyway, but
Can you go to the hot red chick?
yeah.
Redheaded chick? Let's see what she
But
has
if
to
you
say.
do renew the Acolyte, I'll second guess it. Oh, now it's not working. It's being a dick.
Aw, I
Let me
want to
refresh
see
here.
what she had to say.
Let me see if this works here. Hang on. Whoop.
Please renew the Acolyte. There were so many wonderful things about it, from characters to choreography to the storyline and a new way of looking at the Sith that we've never seen before, that I would really, really, really love
my
to
God.
have fleshed out and eventually lead to perhaps Sidious and his journey and Darth Plagueis, Chimere. Everyone was just so incredible.
A new way
Well,
of
at
looking
least,
the
like,
Sith.
she-
I want the Sith to make more thirst traps for me, please. Please.
Yeah,
I know
that's
she-
exactly
she
what
A
she
new way of
meant.
looking at the Sith. Mm.
She seemed like a shipper. Is that was
Yes.
the vibe I was getting?
She watches a lot of Manny Jacinto like fan cams.
yeah, she was like one of those. What was it, Raylos?
Yeah.
That's what she seemed like. Good lord. Do we want to keep going with this?
It's really important to have diversity in many of the stories that are told these days. And just because it may be uncomfortable or new, I remember back when the prequels.
That's ironic because that's the same thing that men say to women before butt stuff.
Out, everybody bashed them, but now everybody loves them. It's a new generation and allow each generation to have their Star Wars.
Listen, it's not new. Star Wars has been doing this since The Force Awakens. This isn't anything fucking new. What the hell?
Oh my God.
Does it make you uncomfortable? No, they've been bringing in diverse characters since The Force Awakens. What are you talking about? And even then, people are like, there's no need to do that because what are you trying to say? There weren't always women in Star Wars. There were always women in Star Wars. There were always diverse characters in Star Wars. But now they're trying to say like, we created diversity in Star Wars. So this is not like it's a brand new thing that was dreamt up by Leslie Headland. They've been trying to push this since The Force Awakens.
I think my favorite part about this entire thing is the fact that this chick with her weird rap video thing, like whatever the hell that thing was called. What was it?
My discourse.
Yeah, don't F with my discourse. That thing. Well, the discourse now is your show is canceled. So there you go.
What's funny is some of the rumors going
sucked.
around is that song, the reaction to that song didn't help anyway.
I think that's I think
sure.
that was a huge like a bad thing for it. I actually do because everybody was like, man, this chick's cringe. Like, let's not watch that. Let's not watch that show.
You know why she did that, right? Because Disney has emboldened their actors to behave that way. Like they're thinking that's why the fans, that's why a lot of those the fucking TikTok video that really upset me, but they were like, you know, Disney didn't do anything to protect the fans or not the fans. The cast of the Acolyte. They didn't do anything to protect them.
Have we showed your video yet?
Fans think that way. The actors think that way because of the way Disney has reacted. You know, I mean, look at how they treated Moses Ingram, right? They put out this statement, oh, there's no room for hatred in Star Wars with Moses Ingram. That's how that's the level of expectation that Disney has set, right?
Have we shown your video yet?
That's why these actors are so emboldened to come out and attack fans because they can get away with it because that's the precedent that Disney has set.
I don't know what video you're talking about, Tom, but we haven't shown. I think
that's Steph's video that she's talking about. Yeah, I don't think we watched it yet on here because I think you did it in between.
Oh, the TikTok stuff. Oh,
yeah. Pull it up
up
if you have it handy.
I do. Hold on.
While you do that, I'm going to read a couple of these super chats. And I think Michelle has to leave us soon.
I want to watch the TikTok and then I'll jump off.
Okay. Jason Webster for 2 says the Disney apocalypse continues. That's exactly what's happening with this show being canceled. And then Russell Hall, thank you for the $5. Says the reason I'm not married is because it's hard to find a woman who doesn't immediately run away when she sees the adult rec room in my basement. So you're what was that guy's name of 50 Shades? You're that guy? Wow.
Look, I spend way too much time on TikTok. All right, self-admittedly.
No, this is have you seen me do it with Laugh Track yet? It's even funnier with Laugh Track. But
all right, let's see. I haven't even seen
I found
this.
all of these and I just like it was just a little bit, you know, because this was like the initial reaction from fans of the Acolyte. It's so funny how like very little I could find at the very beginning. Now there's more, but
so the Acolyte was canceled. It's definitely because incels didn't like 2 people of color holding hands. We're not gonna forget
what.
Yeah,
I know. Nina, you have to just watch through it once and then react to it because it's so stupid.
Oh my God. Okay.
We're not going to forget that.
They've hit the second tower.
It was set up to fail from the beginning. When the Acolyte was first announced as a female-run show with Leslie Headland at the helm, starring a black femme and a diverse cast of characters, unlike we had seen in a Star Wars project before, the review bombers took to the internet before the show even had a chance to air.
I understand that it got review bombed to an insane degree by so many people who were hating on it. Just
to an insane degree.
Amanda Stenberg, who not only gave a phenomenal performance as Osha, but also as her twin sister May.
Wow.
No choice but to stick up for themselves and defend herself against the vitriol and
Fuck your discourse
she was receiving because Lucasfilm did not protect her.
Yes.
The supposed Star Wars fans were divided, and by that I mean incels of the internet and of Twitter.
Managed to pull off enemies to
God,
lovers
Anna,
so
you're such
well.
an
Lucasfilm
incel.
didn't do anything to protect the cast and the crew of the Acolyte.
Why can't the girls have fun things for the girlies? Why?
Yeah, why, Anna? Why?
It's not my fault.
It
This
just
is
shows how
Steph's fault.
fragile
She
you
made the
guys
video
are to
compilation.
storytelling.
And it was for the girls on board.
Leslie Headland was so dedicated as a fan of Star Wars.
So when Mother Anicia
She loves all the Star Wars.
Wait, can you pause it? Was she a fan of Star Wars when she was like booking like the chicks that were going to be on Harvey Weinstein's fucking couch?
Leslie
Obsessed.
Headland loves all the Star Wars.
Yes, all of them. They're all her favorite.
whole
Sorry,
show
go ahead.
is literally about people of color.
Ask me what I'm about to do.
Uh-oh. I'm scared.
I'm about to cry. Thank you for asking.
Oh, I thought she was
I
going to say
don't
I'm going to
care
the Waffle
about what the
House.
incel said.
You guys bullied Amanda Stenberg so bad.
The Acolyte, it was kind of to be expected considering how it is set in the universe that has, if not one of then the most toxic fan base like ever.
To receive
Oh my
this
God,
news,
you're
I'm-
so white. Just stop talking.
I like him.
I am mourning the fact that we're not getting any more Khmer edits because we're not going to get any more source material.
What do you mean? It wasn't bringing in the view.
The viewership was not bad. The precedent this is setting is very scary and very concerning. What Lucasfilm is doing with this decision is allowing the bigots to win, allowing the bigots to run with this and decide, even if that's not the original intention of canceling the show, that they have won, that they are correct, that Star Wars needs to be white and male, and it can't.
This chick put out a tweet saying that like she was mourning the Acolyte and crying for like a week.
Yeah.
After it was canceled.
I've been fighting with her on Twitter all day.
You
Oh,
have?
no, I'm gonna go read it when I get off.
God, pull it
Yeah.
up.
No, it's she just constantly moves the goalpost. Apparently, I'm the bad guy, but she used like screenshots of my tweets and Gary's tweet, and was just going at us. And it's like
I knew it. You are the incel, Anna. God damn
I
it.
know I'm pregnant, and Gary has 2 children. We're totally incels.
You incel bigots got this show canceled. Congratulations to bigots everywhere for achieving something, positive for once. Canceling this disgusting Disney Star Wars show. Thank you so much.
The only thing I will say is she's so wrong though. This show, the one positive that I can say about the Acolyte, she says it divided fans. No, it did the absolute opposite. I have not seen Star Wars fans this united.
Yeah, for sure.
Since The Last Jedi. Since everybody was
they
like,
were like,
"Man,
wow, this show
shit."
sucks.
Yeah, and I guess Solo, because that was the other one too. That was like everybody was like, "Man, what the hell is this?" Solo.
This was who I was referring to when I was saying that, like, that's the precedent that like Lucasfilm Disney has set for these weirdo fucking fans who think like they need to protect the actors because they've done it before with Moses Ingram, that trotting out or putting out the tweet saying that like there's no hate for and bigotry in Star Wars, having Ewan McGregor make that statement like you're not a fan of Star Wars. Like they've gone out of their way to say things like that. So they've set the precedent. So people are like, how dare you do that to Amanda Steinberg? How dare you not protect her? How dare you not stick up for her? Where are you? Now you're allowing the bigots to win because you're canceling this show. How dare you? Yeah, they're mad.
Well, also, it's like I thought strong, independent women don't need to be rescued. So this is just the thread. I shared Steph's video, and then I made counterpoints to all of their claims about them us hating Black couples, and then us hating Black femme girls, and then there's actually a clip. So this girl's the Sawyer chick. She does a podcast, and I sent it to Grizzy because he does like the compilations of all the Disney shows. And I was like, here's some cancer for you. Have fun. And he messaged me like a couple weeks later, and he was like, oh my God, look at this clip. So go down, look at this at the very last one I did. Watch this.
Okay.
Fighting's bad. No, you hate it because there's a lesbian. Feels like more people that perhaps think that and have not been emboldened to say so previously are all of a sudden coming out of the woodwork going, look at me, I hate gay people. Fighting's bad. No,
What?
you hate it because there's a lesbian.
What?
Yeah,
Nope.
so just remember that, guys. All of our criticisms about the terrible writing, it's not valid because we all hate gay people.
Like, I mean, Star Wars Theory came out and was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, it was terrible. It was so bad.
Oh my God.
It was irredeemable.
Oh my God, Michelle,
That
you
chick
have
Molly,
to go.
Molly is such a fucking hypocrite. Like she put this tweet out the other day. This
is
one.
it the crying one?
This one.
Molly is cute.
No,
Says
I think
Secret
media
Squirrel
outlets.
724. Wow.
She said, I think media outlets need to specify the difference between fans and people who make money on the internet by driving hate and anger, because nothing will change that behavior as long as they are making that paper. Bottom line, don't give them views, clicks, or any of your valuable time if you don't agree with them. Don't hate watch. You're literally giving them money and encouraging this behavior anytime you share a screenshot to Dogpile. They are making bank either way. It's like, bitch, you make Star Wars content. You have like an almost, doesn't she have like a million viewed channel or sub channel or some shit like that?
For a few.
Like, what the
I
fuck?
don't
You
know.
literally make money talking about Star Wars. Who the hell are you to like criticize how people talk about Star Wars? Why are you trying to set this fucking precedent on who and who isn't a Star Wars fan? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Wow, that's hilarious. Michelle, you have to go. So
Steph,
it's your
I just want to
final
say real quick,
thought.
Steph doesn't understand that this chick tried really hard to be a YouTuber, used Star Wars to get here, and finally they make a fucking show that she can stand, and they cancel it because of us. Can't you see where she's coming from here?
Damn it, Steph. I'm tired of your incel nonsense.
Shoot, I'll be better. I'll do better.
Do better, Steph. and do better, Michelle, for leaving the show. It's fine. You can go.
Yes. Well, thank you, ladies and Tom, for having me on. And check out Force of Light Entertainment tomorrow. We've got our first time watching reaction of Con Air. So go check it out.
Oh, that's such a great movie.
What'd you say?
It's a great movie.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But anyways, you girls have a good evening, and I will see you next week.
Bye. See ya. Let's get to some of these super chats because we have one more topic to discuss. The topic of Superman. Anybody else want to say anything about the Acolyte? I mean, I know it's a really sad loss for you guys. Anybody else have any comments?
I have yet to watch the last 2 episodes, and now I don't have to.
Oh my God!
Yay!
You didn't even finish it. That's hilarious. Okay, well, here we go. Hardcore curtsy, thank you for that. Nina, your hair and your top frame your face so well. The soft contrast from your top and then the harder contrast from your darker hair is lovely with your complexion. Oh, thank you. I finally fixed my camera so it's not like doing the auto white thing, and that's why I don't look like a vampire anymore. So thank you. I appreciate it. And then we got, okay, yeah, that's Russell Hall. Thank you for the 40K signatures is at least twice as the viewership. That's funny. Good job, Russell. That's a good one. And then go ahead, Steph.
John Thomas for 5. How many of those supporters are trolling Disney just like they did to Sony? It's Morbin time. There have been people who are just like, I'm gonna sign it. I'm just gonna sign it. I'm gonna sign it just to troll. Yeah, there are trolls.
I was gonna say we should all just go and post videos on it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that would be so funny.
And we should all like dress up like them, like get all blue wigs and be like, we want the Acolyte to come back so we can make internet money because we're incels.
Oh my God.
What's sad is just about everybody's videos about that shit had more views than they did signatures. But no, I'm all for the show being renewed, right? Like,
I know, it'll make
more
all the
content.
money.
Yeah, fuck them.
Why not? Thank you, Russell Hall, for the $2. I think the fought chick had a Sibian on her top shelf. Sibian on her top shelf.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like, there's like, those look like sex torture toys or something behind it. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
She had like freaking like whips and shit.
Be aware of your surroundings when you're streaming, kids.
Oh my God. Mr. Tickle Trunk is next. Vex, you want to get this one?
Sure. Thank you for the Canadian $2. That second guy's voice is very, you have my stapler.
Stapler. They said I could buy one and bring it from home. because I don't like the stapler. They
But
give
that's
you here.
that's my stapler.
And I used to have a desk by the window, and I would watch the squirrels, and they were married.
Oh my god, that's
Great
amazing.
movie.
Yeah, it is.
Dung is fun. Thank you for the $5. Says you have to like the Star Wars The Acolyte because I spent 10 years in film school and did things on the couch that I'm not proud of. Oh man, that's terrible. Thank you, Ruby Hoove, for gifting a membership to the chat, and Jesus Sevilla, thank you for that as well. And then Hardcore Curtsies next. Stephanie, go ahead.
Hardcore curtsy for 5. There's a case to be made that Kathleen Kennedy is one of the worst things to happen to film. Next two are on par with snuff films and Triumph of the Will.
Ooh, yikes. Thank you again, Vex. Go ahead.
Sure, hardcore curtsy for $5. Thank you. I guess I should add, I say that because of what she's done to the legacy of so many unparalleled accomplishments of ILM. What is that?
Industrial
And-
Lights and Magic. That's George Lucas's special effects company.
Gotcha. And Lucasfilm and Tech.
You are so right, and I hate that bitch. Retro Meister, thank you for the $10. Says on a brighter piece of news, who's ready to see Keanu Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog as the official trailer for Sonic 3 comes out tomorrow morning? I know I am.
It does. Yeah, it releases tomorrow morning.
That's probably like the only video game movie I've ever liked. The Sonic movies. And I love Keanu Reeves, so why not? I did hear that he's gonna be in the new what's it called? Like John Wick 5. So I'm like, oh, that's great. Totally ruins the ending of John Wick 4, but all right. Let's go ahead, Stephanie.
Sorry, I just saw.
What happened?
All right, I was looking at Twitter.
Oh. Share it with us if it's funny enough.
Oh,
it can be shared.
It's about Ben Affleck. I feel kind of bad for the guy.
No.
Ben Affleck looks giddy as he gets fast food delivered to his LA rental home. It's like Jack in the Box. The cure.
Oh my god!
First time
That's
I've
the
seen him
happiest
smile
I've
in a
ever seen
while.
him.
J-Lo's just sucking the life out of him.
Oh my god, he looks so happy. He's not even smoking.
I know.
Wow. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Sorry, I had to laugh. It's fascinating that people think reviewers, critics can affect public opinion so much that a hit show to a flop. Word of mouth is the best marketing.
Mm-hmm. Like the word of mouth for Blake Lively's movie that has now freaking made 10 times the freaking money that it was put into it. That's wild to me. That's wild. Russell Hall, thank you for the 2, says, what exactly is a brown magic bonus hole? Why don't you tell us, Russell?
I have no idea. I found out what gooning was last night.
What? You found out what is?
Gooning.
Oh, it's okay. I only found that out recently because somebody sent it in a super chat. I had to Google it live.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Do I want to
It's
know?
another word for edging.
Oh God!
I had no idea what any of that was. I found it out last night.
I had no idea until right this moment. Thank you for that, Anna.
I'll make it even better. Bill Skarsgård in the new Crow movie, the back of the jacket he wears in some of the scenes says "Good."
No, it doesn't.
No
It does.
way.
It does.
Oh my God.
It's great.
Jason Webster for 2 says the Acolyte is TV what Rebel Moon is to film. Ouch.
The only gooners I know are Corey Feldman and Sean Astin and the fat kid.
The Goonies?
Yeah.
No, Tom.
What the hell is a gooner? I don't understand.
I'm barely keeping up, Tom. I'm too much of a boomer to understand what a gooner is, apparently. Thanks, Russell, for another $5. Says, I'm going to guess, given that he was having Jack in the Box delivered that Ben Affleck was just stoned. That's a good guess. He's always stoned. Thank you for that. Okay, let's talk about something not quite, as funny as the.
How do you not get
Acolyte
blue balls real bad from doing that? I don't understand. Why is this a thing?
It's an art, Tom. It's all right.
No, it isn't. It's torture.
What? No, see, now I'm gonna have to freaking. You guys make me Google shit. I don't want to.
I learned way too much stuff on this show.
Why is it saying that they're called Gooners or like Arsenal fans? What does that mean?
The more Tom knows.
Google's telling me that Gooners are Arsenal fans. I don't know what that means.
Arsenal is a soccer team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's saying since the 1980s, Arsenal fans have often been referred to as the Gooners. How is that a bad thing? I'm confused.
Okay. Go to Urban Dictionary and type in gooning. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the definition you want.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. That's great. Let's talk about something not so disgusting and or weird. This is such a weird transition into this next topic, guys, which was supposed to be this deeply moving tribute to Superman. And now it's been completely ruined by this goon situation. But here we go. Thanks a lot, Stephanie.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's moving right along. I did see this today. I had some tears in my eyes. Can we even show this? Is this gonna get us claimed? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll get you claimed, but not struck. So.
Okay. Why don't
It's sad.
It is sad.
Yeah.
It is.
I cried.
Besides, it's 3 minutes 36 seconds. So we're not gonna watch the whole thing.
Why don't you just turn the speed up so that way it won't get the music?
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That and pause it a few times here and there.
Yeah, so just playback speed and just go to higher speed. That's what I do when I have clips that just keep getting, struck as speeded up. They don't catch it.
I mean, the Superman stuff is like,
Just a song that's going to get you.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a part.
Oh my God. I mean, this is most people's Superman.
Hands down, he was Superman from day one. I realized that if I could pull off this part, it would change my life.
Oh, he's so
It's very
handsome.
important to become a serious classical actor. Unless, of course, they offer you a load of money to do something else. He convinced me when I first met him that he would fly.
Doing things with my dad. It was all about activity and action. Riding bikes, playing soccer, skiing.
There's his son. I mean, I can't believe this hasn't been made till now. I'm just gonna say that.
My dad was very competitive and he didn't necessarily slow down.
We said goodbye after he gave us wave.
Oh my God, that is so sad. My God, his son looks exactly like him.
His grandson looks even more like him.
I haven't seen his grandson.
Mr. Reeve currently has no movement or spontaneous respiration.
Superman.
Oh my God, that is so
Easy.
sad.
Just that simple little thing over the horse.
I'd ruined my life and everybody else's. I won't be able to ski, sail, throw a ball to Will. Won't be able to make love to Dana.
Oh man, this part broke me, you
Maybe you
guys.
should let me go.
She can fly again.
This part seriously broke me because this is the one that this is what true love is, and this is what most of the new generation doesn't understand. For better or for worse, in sickness and in health, his wife, stuck to him no matter what. Was like, I'm gonna be with you.
In sickness and in health, right?
Yeah, and it's the sweetest thing. It's like this. They don't do that anymore. Like in this generation, they'd be like, "Oh, you got into an accident. You're paraplegic now. You got to get divorced." It's just like, oh.
And she just yelled, "I love you. I love you."
And then she said the words.
Oh my God, this is true love right here, guys.
And I love you.
He and Robin were such good friends because they could match each other. Robin also had struggles that he dealt with his whole life, and I
Robin
think
Williams, another sad story, incredibly sad
that they
story.
both were aware of darkness.
Brother Chris is fighting like Grace. When you find people who fight like that but still keep their humanity, that gives you great hope.
That is tough because I can feel him, but he can't feel me.
It must have been hell for my mom too, knowing what she had lost.
Wait, was that him?
Yeah, I spoke wrong. That's not his grandson. That's his youngest son.
Oh my God, he does look like wow.
Lost.
I felt I needed to do something, not just for myself, but for everyone else in the same condition.
The fact that Superman was in a wheelchair and was willing to go public with it was huge.
That was incredible. I mean, it was just such a weird thing to see, like, you know, Superman in a wheelchair.
Away.
The Christopher and Dana Reed paralysis act.
People are literally walking because of him.
This is true.
What is a hero? My answer was that a hero is someone who commits a courageous action without considering the consequences. Now my definition is completely different. I think a hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles.
I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
Aww.
Oh my God, I'm trying not to cry. Oh man, that hits the feels. I gotta say, kudos to the people who made the trailer because making a good trailer is a lost art, and that was a great trailer. Fantastic trailer. I'm definitely going to be watching that. Yeah, very very moving trailer. Just and I can't believe that this hasn't been made until now. And speaking of Superman, and just to brighten the mood a little bit, I thought this was really sweet. This was the reaction video of the cast of Twisters when their buddy got cast for the new Superman.
David Cornsweet, because he was in that movie. Twisters.
Yeah, and I just watched Twisters, and I was like, that guy looks really familiar, but I don't know who he is. And then I just realized it was him when I asked, like, in Toxic Film, I was like, was he even in the movie? Like, why are these guys so happy for him? And Tom was like, yeah, he was in the movie. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. It was that guy. Okay, here we go. This is it. Oh, this is sweet.
That's our Superman, baby! That's our Superman, baby! Yeah!
I love it.
I'm gonna try to fly!
That was
That's
good.
actually really wholesome.
That was really sweet. And then right before we were about to go live, I did see this pop up, which I was like, you know, I got to share this image with the ladies and just get their thoughts on it. This is the main dude from Twisters. Literally right as we were about to go live, this popped up and says an unnamed Hollywood producer says that Glenn Powell is the biggest up and coming movie star in the sense that audiences now go to the movies to see him, unlike actors like Ryan Gosling, who appeal is mostly limited to female audiences. Glenn appeals to both females and males. Do men really respond to this guy?
Yes.
Like heterosexual men?
Not in a sexual way, but it's just like there's a charm that's to be admired about him.
No, he's got the
That,
guys thing going on, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I also find like he makes the Twisters movie so much better. If it weren't for him, I think it would be like all right at best because everyone else, like
I agree.
Daisy Edgar Jones, she's very wooden, and somehow he has chemistry with her.
I agree.
So,
You know what's so weird is I thought I agree with you, and I was like, wait, why didn't they cast the other chick as the main chick? Like, because have all of you seen it in this panel? Like, am I gonna be spoiling this movie right now?
No, I've seen Twisters.
Okay, has everybody seen it? Anna, have you seen it? Have you seen Twisters?
No,
Do you mind if I spoil it?
I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay, Vex, you've seen it. All right. So I'm going to spoil. Spoiler alert, chat. Spoiler alert. Okay. The chick that was in Mad Men, the little girl, she's in this movie, and she like is not part of the
Kiernan
movie.
Shirka or whatever her name
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
she, gets gotten rid of really fast. And I was like, why isn't she the main lead? Like, I was so confused. I'm like, she's a way better actress than that girl that they got as the main chick. I was like, so confused. I'm like, why isn't she the lead? It was really weird for me.
I didn't mind that too much. It's just kind of like they're trying to mimic what Helen Hunt was in the first movie, and for what it is, it's fine. But yeah, he carried that movie 100%. I wouldn't have bothered to go see it on the big screen otherwise.
I was the
thought it was
total
really
opposite of
funny.
you, Nina. I was like, oh my gosh, if I'm gonna have to sit through a movie with all of these people, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get through it. So I was kind of glad that they died.
That's funny.
I'm the
I
total
was,
opposite of you. I was like, nope, I don't think I can do this.
oh my God, that's hilarious. I thought that this guy, though, that was really funny. Like, I think my favorite part about the movie was that he was a YouTuber. And I was laughing at that.
There's an actual YouTube channel that does the tornado chasing stuff too. It's like inspired by a real channel. Yeah,
I guess so. Anyways, he's pretty good looking. Anna, what do you think of this guy? Do you approve?
I'm not into blondes.
But he's got a hairy stomach, Anna, so he's hairy.
I know, but it just doesn't do anything for me. I need like dark features.
But he could go darker, couldn't he? Like,
no,
if he dyed his hair.
His eyes are too small for his face. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I think he's a fine actor. I don't find him attractive.
Ouch. God, Anna. Anna was
it's just not my type. There's plenty of somebody said Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling is attractive. He's not my type.
I totally understand that.
It's doesn't do anything for me.
I thought this dude was definitely really hot. Here's a guy that does do something for you. This guy, I thought this was an interesting post. Right
these
here.
are so old. I think it's funny that they're making the rounds now.
I know. Isn't that weird? I mean, look how young he is in this.
He a baby.
And in this. Says that we're looking for a big name in the range of 41 to 49-year-old for Hal Jordan in the DCEU. And people are like, hello, Henry Cavill.
I actually think Glenn Powell would make a better Hal Jordan.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that would be my fan casting for that role.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Henry Cavill and all, but I don't see him as Green Lantern.
I thought they already casted Nathan Fillion.
What?
Oh, that would be good. What? That would be good as Hal Jordan.
They've casted him already? I didn't know that.
I thought so.
That'd be smart if they did.
Wow. Okay.
It'd be great. As like an older Hal Jordan. He's 53.
Hal Jordan isn't exactly the youngest one.
Is he playing Guy Gardner? Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
I know that Indian dude is gonna be that other guy. I was like, what? Like, he's a
now that is a hideous person.
That was a terrible cast. I was like, that's the first time that's been a miss for the casting with James Gunn's casting. I was like, what is this? But whatever. Talk about casting though. One last thing, Robert Downey Jr. reportedly being paid $100 million to play Dr. Doom.
Did you see that tweet that said that money could go towards a second season of The Acolyte? Someone was so upset when they found that out.
Oh my God. Mr. Tickle Trunk is community noting Tom here, saying Nathan Fillion is voicing a Green Lantern character animation. Thanks.
No, but I know what Tom was talking about. There was like rumors going around like a year or two ago about how Nathan Fillion was going to be Green Lantern.
Okay, well, yeah, I haven't heard anything. I mean, that was like a fan.
The best role Nathan Fillion has ever had as a superhero is when he was the Hammer.
Well,
great YouTube video. Just look up Nathan Fillion the Hammer. It's great. It's a musical. It's got everything.
It's Guy Gardner. I just looked it up, Tom.
What is everybody's thought about?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just about Robert Downey Jr. getting paid $100 million to play Doctor Doom. That is wild.
That means that they're desperate for viewership, and he brings it.
He's also going to be Iron Man again in there. They haven't announced it, but he's going to be playing both roles again. Also, the MCU is basically built off of his Iron Man character, so it's like, give the dude the money. It's all good.
There is no way he's not gonna be Iron Man. Like I think this is just like a big setup to bring him back as Iron Man somehow. Like it's just gonna be
multiverse. There you go.
Yeah, like they gotta do something to bring back multiverse Dr. Doolittle Von Doom. That's funny. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say about this except for it's weird. Because you're here, I mean, usually I would be wrapping up the show right about now, but just because you're here, I really want to get your thoughts on this very, very viral post that you about.
Oh God, they're still mad at me about this, by the way.
This has been going on for like, I don't know, like a week now, more than a week, because I was on vacation when this started. So it's been like over 10 days.
Yeah. How did your tweet do?
I mean, not as crazy as yours. I muted mine immediately, and I was like, "Just give me the views. I don't care. I'm just gonna."
Well, no, they went from Twitter to my Instagram, and they're just commenting on my like pregnancy post, saying like how I need to die, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are normal."
They were like wishing death on you and your baby. It was like a whole thing. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? All over this video of.
Look, he's stroking her arm. That is not, he just touched her for help. Give me a break.
I mean, she's like, what are you doing? Oh, okay, just hold my hand, you fucking weirdo. It was weird. It's a cringe video. I thought this was cringe because I'm like, dude, if you have anxiety, I don't know.
Just pretend like you don't have anxiety while you're up on stage.
He's not that good of an actor, apparently.
What if they're boning in Game of Thrones?
I was just about to say it looks like they're dating and not like letting.
I don't think they.
No, she has a boyfriend.
Oh,
yeah, she has a boyfriend, and
he was a professional lacrosse player.
And like I figured out that he was gay through this because everybody's like, Pedro Pascal's gay. They're not dating, and I'm like,
well, he's not gay. His sister is trans. He's never come out as gay, and he's only ever been in relationships with women. I think he just keeps his personal life secret because if they find out he's a straight dude, then they can crucify him. But if it's up in the air, then they can praise him. It's just he's one of those guys that can do no wrong. If this was somebody that they didn't like Chris Pratt, they'd be losing their minds. Like, could you imagine if this is Chris Pratt in like ScarJo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This would definitely be like, what a creepo, like that kind of energy. Whereas in this,
but because they all love him, it's he has anxiety, which gives him an excuse to touch her. And I'm like, you guys should have all been Harvey Weinstein's lawyers. Mm-hmm. That excuse.
Pedro's boyfriend is the gay one. Wow. Okay.
Well, no, it just comes off like I think that they're totally banging and he's touching her on stage and she stops him because she's like, we're on stage in front of millions of people and my boyfriend is going to see this kind of thing.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is that when your tweet happened and it went viral and like I was reading some of the responses, everybody was like, everyone knows Pedro Pascal has like an anxiety disorder and like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, everybody knows this. Like we've been in the industry of talking about Pedro Pascal for like a while now. And this is the first time I'm hearing about him having an anxiety disorder. Like,
well, I'm like, you're 49 years old. You can control your anxiety to the point where you don't have to touch people. Like, he was not stroking Gina's arm when they were doing promo for Mando. He wasn't stroking any of the ladies for Game of Thrones when they were doing that. He wasn't stroking anyone's arm during The Last of Us. So it's funny how just now,
like I never saw him stroking anybody's arm during Narcos, and he was in Narcos for the longest time.
This was the first time that I'd ever even heard that he needs like physical touch to help him with his anxiety.
That's what I'm saying.
I had never heard that before.
I'm going to render a judgment here. Anne is right.
Yeah. Well, you know what is funny? What's gonna come out is like in a couple years when his skeletons finally do come out of his closet, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, we have to turn on Pedro now," and then I'm gonna be like, "I was right.
Yeah.
Fuck all you guys." So
Yeah, creepy Pascal.
Here,
That
look, this is the tweet I was telling you about.
I'll pull it up.
It's ironic to me that a week after Disney claims to not want to renew the
Oh my
Acolyte due to
God.
cost issues, the news drops that they spent $95 billion to get one actor in a Marvel movie.
To be fair, this dude did like lead the entire like the entire Avengers arc. I mean, he's kind of worth the money. What the hell has the Acolyte done for Disney? Nothing. Like, why the fuck would they pay anybody that much? For the Acolyte, that's hilarious. My God, that the amount of coke.
We could
going on.
also made, you know, like 10 Godzilla -1s as well, but
Hey. Okay, last thing, real quick. Let's get everybody's thoughts on this whole drama because I was like, since when are Disney canceling gay dudes? Because this whole thing with Bo DeMayo, Joe DeMayo, Bo DeMayo, his lawyers have issued a statement regarding the allegations of DeMayo's firing, saying, "My client has never sent lewd videos and photos to his direct reports. That is a bald-faced lie and defamatory. No one who reported Bo to HR received an inappropriate photo or video. That is simply untrue. As a proud gay black man, Disney knew exactly who he was and what he stood for. That's why they did not tell him to stop his OnlyFans page. They let him be himself, which has allowed his creativity to thrive. When they objected to his free speech rights and not complying with the illegal NDAs, certain persons over there tried to replace him because he was becoming more successful than other creators. Asked Disney if his separation agreement illegally silenced him. Let me know what they say. Don't print this crap. It's wrong and defamatory. This is kind of a wild situation for me because I'm like, since when are Disney firing gay black dudes? It's kind of weird. Thoughts, everybody. Stephanie, what are your thoughts on this situation?
I have no thoughts, honestly. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, next.
Yeah.
I think Bo's a nice dude. I saw him on a friend stream. He was very professional. He kept his mouth shut about all of that stuff. He knows how to stick to a certain, area of things. He did say that he has a lawyer looking into things, so he's being very careful with what's put out there. I think there's more to this story than, oh, this was just a gay dude and he allegedly sent some photos. So we'll find out in the coming months. That's all.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to the story too, Vex. That's what I'm thinking too. Anna, thoughts on this story before we get to super chats?
This account has me blocked, so I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, Anna, you just tweeted out that.
I did, yeah, no, because I was like, I'm not gonna remember to talk about this. So,
but do you care about this Bo DeMayo guy being?
I didn't watch the
being
X-Men cartoon
gay?
because I heard about how. I mean, I saw the stuff about it coming out, and then apparently it was good, but I
It
didn't
was
watch
good.
it. So
It was good.
I
You
have
should watch
no
it.
horse in this race at all.
I'm interested. Tom, thoughts on this?
I'll keep it brief because I know we got Anna who has to leave here, and we got some super chats and stuff to get to. Like, yeah, I've said a lot about this in the last few weeks. I mean, before I make a final judgment, I want to see more proof or evidence that he actually did these things. I'm not saying he didn't, but I feel like we're seeing a pattern here with this guy. He's involved with the show. He gets shit canned. We come to find out that he's somebody who wants to stick with the source material. And then all these sorts of rumors start to swirl. This was the first time we actually had an actual allegation. They're pretty salacious allegations. I want to see some of the proof, though, as far as this goes, because there's a lot to this that it doesn't really make sense. And
I agree.
The way that they stripped him of his, not just fired him before that, but then stripped him of his show running duties of part 2 or whatever it was, and took his name off and all that kind of business. and they're rewriting all his stuff for season 2, and they use that one little picture as an excuse. That just doesn't add up to me.
It just exactly none of this adds up for me either, Tom. I'm looking for the evidence, and I'm gonna be watching the story closely. We will talk about this again probably on future Toxic Femmes. And with that, let's get to some of these super chats, and then we'll call them.
I think Anna has to.
Yeah, I gotta go.
You want to go? Okay.
I have
thanks
to
for being
eat.
on.
Thanks for having me
Take
on.
care,
I'll
Anna.
see you guys all around.
Have a good one.
Right,
Let's get to
going.
these ones. Thank you, Russell, for the 2. Gooning isn't for people with balls, Tom.
That's not what I read. Well, okay.
Let's just keep moving. Thanks, Snail Messiah, for being a member 37 months. Go ahead, there, Stephanie.
Snail Messiah for 20. Look up what dinosaur has 500 teeth. Please tell me.
Oh, I know. Don't look it up.
I ain't saying that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't say it.
I'm not doing it.
Not saying it.
Thank you so much for the $5, Russell. If you want a video example of gooning in action, watch Anna's old video of Henry Cavill.
Shit, I wish I'd have saw that before she left. I'm sorry.
I know.
That
That's
was my
basically what it is. Thanks, Russell. That actually completely explained it for me because I've watched that video. So thank you. Go ahead, Vex. Oh wait, no, this is Russell. Unless are you comfortable reading Russell Hall's?
I think I've made Gluck jokes on this channel before, so yeah, I'm totally fine.
Okay,
grab America by the pussy for $2. Thank you. Did we see Superman as Lex Luthor?
What? I don't get it. I don't get that one. Dark King, thank you for the $5. In Australia, goon is cheap at cask wine. Gooning is slang for binge drinking at the poverty level. It might lead to this other meaning as well. Oh my God. Okay. Jesus Christ. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Hardcore Cutesy for 5. I cried at Man of Steel for that one shot when I think they superimposed Chris Reeve's face over Henry as he flies up to the beam with the world engine.
Sadly, they said it wasn't him, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I
I
was
hate
just
that movie
people
so
were
much.
thinking they were seeing stuff, and they're just seeing stuff.
I just hate that movie so much.
Me too, sadly.
Thank you, Russell, for 2. Go ahead, Vex. I'm gonna read this.
Sure. Is the Twisters actor an Arab? I don't think so.
No.
No.
He's as white as gonna get.
Texas bred.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Hardcore Curtsy for 5 says my mom's bad idea was making me Superman cape. I would run around in the cape and a diaper trying to jump off the highest anything I could climb. Oh no. That's not good.
Didn't we all?
I didn't personally.
Oh well, you're just not one of the cool kids, Nina.
I know. But I was more of a Sailor Moon. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Carl
So you just spun
Anderson
around a lot.
for 5.
Sorry.
Evening, beautiful ladies and Tom. I turned 28 today and thought I would finish my day with you incredible women. Love you all and hail the chat. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yay, 28.
Oh,
Very
you say
young.
it's your birthday. 28. Well, that means you can go to the strip club. So, Carl, have a great time at the strip club. Here's a piece of advice, though. Never ask a stripper for change. They hate that. All right, peace out. Happy birthday.
Oh my God.
Oh, and buy my popcorn bucket.
Can't wait for that popcorn bucket.
Oh my God, Russell. I'm not even going to highlight what you're saying. Thank you so much for the super chats. Everybody, you guys have been fantastic. Tom, take it away.
What am I doing now? What?
You're closing out the show.
Oh, we got through everything? We make sure
That's
we got
it.
no Rumble
Unless we have
rants,
any
right?
Rumble rants. I don't know if we have any.
Looking good on my end. So, yep, I think we're good there. So, yes, Vex, what you got going on? What are you going to plug? Anything?
I had a Crow review come out yesterday if anyone wants to check that out. But thank you for having me on. Sorry again that I was late.
No worries.
I'll be on a Rumble stream tomorrow. If you follow me on Twitter or YouTube, the link will be posted there. But otherwise, yeah, that's it. I hope everyone
Sweet.
has a wonderful week.
Thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you.
And Steph, what you got going on?
Tuesday night's main event tomorrow over on Geeks and Gamers, and then my own streams on my channel. So yeah, that's it.
All right, Nina.
I've been doing daily Infinite Hope videos, so check out them, and also Fridays, of course, Infinite Hope at 2 p.m. Eastern. We can talk about all the good news. That's what I'm trying to focus on, bringing back positivity. So thank you, everybody, for being here tonight and watching Toxic Fem. Make sure you smash the like and leave comments for the algorithms.
Yeah, did we get this KB gifted membership?
I believe we did, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. All right, and with that, I did just drop the link here. I may head over to Comics Division. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Go in there, raid him, say hello. I can't actually set up the stream to raid. I can't do that here. So, so just click on that and head on over there and tell them we said hello. Oh, and free drunk 3PO.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was sad. Everybody tweet about that.
Tweet you at YouTube.
Yeah, at YouTube creators.
I hope it's just AI shenanigans on YouTube.
I think it is.
I hope it's not the opening salvo of an attack on all of us. So
no, I think it is.
He kind of seems like the perfect target to be the first one to take down, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, but
hopefully I'm wrong and I'm just paranoid. All right,
a lot of
take care
people
of
have been
yourselves.
going through that, so it's okay.
Yeah, I hope that's the
Usually
case.
every monetized.
So hit the like button if you haven't already, please, and take care of yourselves, guys. See ya.